It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog need. Slap Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
It's cool enough.
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
Joe Beach, he looked down, seen his feet, the nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
This ain't loud enough, I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough, I'm still trying. I just left a light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herman, man.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herman, man.
Yeah, well, gotta get a piece of my pleasure. A little like magic. Said it feels like magic.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool. Like a
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
Plus, I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deep. I think very deep.
Dance with me. Oh yeah. Every dance with me.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And you... What the hell you want here, hunky?
Don't know me want it.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it? Your shit! Get your hands off of me, shit!
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. And they
I think we OD. I think we OD. My word, can't be my equal, I know what you heard. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you're
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah.
Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the juice, it pulls up in the deuce.
I guess you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Nigga.
Lean and buck, lean, buck, lean, buck.
To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the middle. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. I guess that's me. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I can isolate this. I have to isolate this on another time. Let me turn that motherfucker off. Damn, I'm loud as fuck. Okay, that sounded a little better. And you know, we are starting it off right because we got Elliot Ness in the house tonight. Great Lakes Elliot Ness. Pop him if you got him. Look at that new balancing. The motherfucking balancing bottle opener. Kinetic, I guess they call it kinetic energy. And you know, I've got that one and only Killian's Red beautiful glass. All right. If you are able, cheers. And my joint is really down to the nitty gritty. Guess we're gonna get on down to the nitty gritty. Smoke them if you got them, if you want them. Guess this motherfucker want to hit. I can find it again, so that's no problem. How was everybody's Sunday? My Sunday was full of a little bit of travel, not a whole lot. But you know, watching the games today, that's about all I really did was watch the games. So, well, what's happening to PJ Allen? Thank you for joining me, baby. And I know he always knows where his.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And I know he's always
got to have vision.
And since he is the first one on the Galactic Patio, we want to know, will he join me on the Galactic Patio doing the would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmics. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my.
Leave that F-150 Lightning alone, but if you do. Dr. Sinister, what's happening? And I know you are always
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And join me and PG on the Galactic Patio while we do the
would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide.
Ooh, that shit cracks me up. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Ha ha ha! Don't fuck with the truck, but if you do. James Gant, thank you for joining. And I know you must have
got to have vision.
And you know all of us, everybody else, where we hang out, we come to the Chocolate Mountain, we hang out on the Galactic Patio while we do the would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmics. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone, but if you do. Take you higher, baby. So thank you for joining me. Did I make some money? Oh, it was Taylor Swift bullshit. But as I put in the show, does Taylor Swift winning song, what is this, Song of the Year? Song of the Year? Didn't she win? Oh, she got Album of the Year. Taylor Swift got Album of the Year. And this Album of the Year, so Album of the Year was Taylor Swift. Does that, and Midnight, does that mean the Chiefs are doomed? What y'all think? I think that dooms the Chiefs right there. I think Taylor Swift winning Album of the Year dooms the Chiefs. Dooms the Chiefs. We've had Miley Cyrus. Again, nobody heard a Miley Cyrus song this year. Yeah, no way she should have got that. Billie Eilish, okay. Eilish, I've never heard of that one. Best New Artist, Victoria Monet. Okay, I saw that sister. Don't know her song. Well, I'll let y'all look at this. Winner, The Beatles, I Am Only Sleeping. Best Video of the Year come from The Beatles. Really? Really? Songwriter of the Year, non-classical, who cares? Producer of non-classical, who cares? Best Pop was Miley Cyrus, never heard that song. SZA did win for Ghost in the Machine. That was a pretty decent song. Taylor Swift, Best Pop Album. Best Pop Dance was Patum Patum, don't know that song. Electric Song, Fred Again, don't know that song. So it got two of them. Best Rap, Killer Mike featuring Andre, Future. Yeah, I had never even heard this song. Never even heard this song. And then didn't the nigga get arrested too? Didn't he get arrested or some shit? Winner, best melodic rap performance was by Little Durk featuring J. Cole, All of My Life. I thought it was an old song. Best rap song was Killer Mike too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Best rap album was Michael. Wow. Really? Killer Mike, wow. I'd never heard one song and he wins it. Okay, and then he gets arrested too. Oh, they did give Coco Jones one. I see. Oh, Robert Glasper. I thought he was going to win. They didn't give it to Robert Glasper. Let's see. Yeah, PJ Morton got Good Morning. Don't know this song. Babyface, Coco Jones. Okay. SZA Snooze. Yeah, SZA's album was really good. And Best Progressive, SOS. Victoria Monet, Jaguar 2. Don't know that song. Water. Yeah, I like Water. Water's a good song. But I thought Burner Boy should have won that one. But I like Water too. Okay, don't give a fuck about, let me see, best alternative. Yeah, fuck all this. Oh, what's the best reggae? Some Bob Marley shit. Julian Marley. I knew it. I knew they was gonna throw Bob Marley in it. Yeah, my daddy's movie coming out. So I only watched the end when the basketball game went off. That's when I turned to it, when the basketball game went off. Damn, this dude says, I don't know about this dude. This dude says, cancer ended my pro basketball career. Now I wanted to inspire the next generation. A former basketball player who is battling a rare incurable form of cancer has urged sufferers not to let the disease define you. Will Weiss, there was a Willie Weiss that played in the ABA. He was diagnosed with phenochromatoa, a rare tumor of the adrenal gland in 22. The test led to a rare condition called multiple endocrine neoplasm type 2. This can cause tumors in the thyroid, parathyroid, and adrenal glands, mouth, eyes, digestive. Wow. So it spread all over, and this is what he once was. And now, from Philadelphia, lives in Kingston with he's from Philadelphia, but he lives in Australia. His wife is a singer-songwriter. He's played for basketball in Europe and Australia, most recently playing for the Eastern Mavericks. When doctors gave us the news, the world just stopped. The tumor caused my body effectively to shut down, producing too much adrenaline. Wow, my adrenaline levels were 50 times what they should be. They didn't know how I was going to survive. I was under 14 months of treatment, including 3 surgeries, remove his left adrenal gland, thyroid, parathyroid, 65 lymph nodes, as well as a liver biopsy. He's awaiting removal of the right adrenal gland and liver. Oh, wow. One night, recorded a vlog with his battle with cancer, uploaded online under the name Cancer Bay. Through the county aims to reshape perceptions about the disease. I've always been a positive person, and this is what they look like in their best of times. So, yeah. So if you get hip to him, that's him. That is him. So, El Reborn, Amaron Khan, what's happening? And I know that you definitely got to have vision. And I know you'll join us on the Galactic Patio while we would you like to dance with me? And there's only one rule. Don't touch my truck. Leave that F-150 alone, but if you do, okay, I wonder if we're going to count. I thought he passed already. All right, I got my other list up here. Let's see. Yeah, I got the full list up here, so I got to add these other 2 to put the list. So we've got, looks like Terry Beasley, number 13. And this is Monday morning, so you know they going Beasley. He was 73. What did Terry Beasley do? What did Terry Beasley do? One of the best receivers in college football history was tragically found dead early this week. He was one of the best players in Auburn football history and was found dead on Wednesday. He was 73. So I think I did this one. Terry Beasley, Auburn. Yeah, we already got that one. So we're not counting Terry Beasley. Yeah, this is old. We already counted Terry Beasley, so can't count him. Sorry about that. But I wonder if we count this cat. Former Trump official dies after attempted carjack. If he was a Trump official, I think we do. So we're going to count, what is this fool's name? We'll count him. We won't, I already have Terry Beasley, so former Trump official, he drank from it, so they give it to him. Mike Gills. How old was Mike? What is Mike Gill? He's Mike Gill. So a former Trump and Obama administrator died Saturday after being a victim of reported carjacking. Mike Gills, confirmed by his wife, it was a profound sadness. I wish to inform the community of the passing of my husband. His sudden departure left a void in our lives that can never be refilled. So he was 56 years old. 56, connected to Trump. Trump aid. So you just think he just gets randomly carjacked and killed. Okay. Yeah. Killer Mike album banging though. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I'll check it out tomorrow. I got a little bit of traveling to do and I'll throw it on tomorrow. Okay. I didn't even know he had an album. I didn't see that in the new music that was released. So yeah, so far that looks to be the only death. So we're still up to 13. Let's see. I don't think we count her. She's not American. Damn, Detroit father of 6 dies days after being mauled by 3 dogs. We got to check this story out. Look how they scare me just looking at the story. That looks vicious, doesn't it? Doesn't that look vicious, y'all? Detroit father of 3 dies 6 days after being mauled by 3 dogs. Damn. German Shepherd bares its teeth during a shuts hound dog training. Okay, Detroit father of 6 just... So where is this dog training? In California. Okay, this is not... Okay. And that dog has a badge. Detroit father of 6 died just days after he was mauled by 3 dogs. Was walking home from a bus stop on the Chicago West Side when the dogs got loose. Phillips rushed to the hospital but had to have his arms amputated, the outlet says. The dogs bit pretty big holes out of his arm and tore his arteries, so he lost a lot of blood. He is on dialysis. He has to keep getting transfusion. They cut off his right arm, his wife said. 5 days later, announced that he had died from his injuries. Wow. Officials told that there had been... the incident could have been prevented. The dog's owners followed the city orders, which says dogs have to be secured, and the number of dogs per resident is 2. The owners of the dogs that attacked had 4. The 3 dogs involved in the attack were euthanized, and the 4th one was seized. The dog's owner told they've been involved in 3 other bite cases, including one of the owners received 10 citations, $5, and have 5,000. Wow. Wow, that is sloppy and careless. Sloppy and careless. Your dogs is biting people. Like that lady, when they killed my cat, that lady, the owner made her get that dog out of there, even though my son moved out. She was like, yeah, that dog got to go. That dog's killing. Damn, what is this Pete Maravich story? Okay, now you know how they want to throw shade on somebody. Here we go. It's almost like telling us we ain't worth a damn. Pete Maravich, LSU teammates share why they didn't like playing with the legendary guard. It's undeniable that Pete was a must-see basketball player, boasting an incredible scoring average of 44.2 per game during his 3-year stint. Regarded as one of the greatest NCAA players of all time, Pete's former college teammate, Ralph Jukla, once offered insight on what it was like to share the court with the former number 3 pick. Through the 5-time NBA All-Star, impressive 43 points per game his freshman year. Those stellar numbers progressively improved each year. As a junior, he reached an average of 44.2 per game, followed by even more astonishing 44.5 his senior year, ultimately conducting his college career with 3,600 points, which I think has been broken. But I don't think the point average has been broken. While his scoring was helpful, and remember, his freshman year, he didn't play varsity. Those points don't count his freshman year. While scoring was helpful, the concern was that he averaged 38 attempts per game, outscoring underscoring the dynamics that his teammate, including, found less than appealing. Press came out one year and said that Pete is going to have to shoot 40 times for us to win. In an interview with Sportscasting, that was kind of downer for us to hear. I think they have burned some bridges. I didn't like it. More of a, amidst the credible hype, Pete has exceptional skills. Said as he possessed the 6'3", I think he's closer to 6'5". Reminiscent about time when he and his teammates who started 10 a freshman scrimmage to understand what the fuss was about. As they patiently observed Maravich, they left utterly stunned, extraordinary power. Felt Maravich never let the success go to his head. Having shared the court to suit 2 seasons with the 77 scoring champ, he believed that Maravich excelled more as a playmaker and a ball handler rather than a scorer. In addition, he acknowledged that Maravich remarkable success naturally warranted a certain level. So he was just really trying to get a little press. Pete was the man. Pete never played with a good team in the NBA. If Pete's knee could have stood up, he would have played with Larry Bird's 81 team. They got Nate Archibald because Pete quit. Not quit, but Pete retired, so Nate Archibald took his place. Damn, who's this motherfucker? What did this nigga do? Former CIA insider convicted, sentenced to 40 years in prison for crimes against America. Called it a digital Pearl Harbor's domestic espionage case that has gotten hasn't gotten the public attention it deserves. A former CIA employee who worked in the elite computer intelligence has been sentenced to 4 decades in the clink. Included SBA expose the United States secret in the cyber intelligence world. And the true extent of the damage might never be known. According to the Associated Press, Joshua was sentenced in federal court in Manhattan Thursday to 40 years of releasing highly classified information about the Central Intelligence Agency, a method of collecting information in the computer world. Schultz was sentenced for possession of child pornography. God damn, you use a spy and use a weirdo. Possession of child pornography, according to the AP. Now, who would ever believe that a guy who betrayed his country might have other flaws too? Prosecutor called the case a digital Pearl Harbor. Wow. We would never know the extent of the damage, but I doubt it was. I do not doubt that it was massive. So if you want to hear more, okay, let me see. A few years ago, Wikipedia gave documents related to intelligence hacking tools used to hack the PicDoc Twitter. Flash in 2024. So Schultz is joining the Black Wall of Shame that commemorates other high-tech traders in the 21st century. American history, Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning, and reality winner. Snowden, of course, uses access to national security to spread cyber secrets to the international media. He got an Oscar-winning documentary made about him in the West. And he lives as the guest of Russia, which makes you probably think he was probably Russian intelligence from jump. And aside, it is true that there are some conservatives today who praise Snowden for exposing secrets about the American government abuse of technology to spy on its own citizens. But if conservatives want to start enticing traitors' behavior, counter-enhancing traitorous behavior because it's from the right side. It's a recipe for political defeat just by the virtue of numbers. There are a lot more traitors on the left. Conservatives will never compete. Besides, it's like praising terrorists for blowing a house up to reveal what's in the basement. There are better ways to do things. Chelsea Manning. Nee Bradley Manning is the former Army private who betrayed the country by sending troves of classified and sensitive material to WikiLeaks to publish for the whole world to see. Manning was lucky enough, smart enough, or mentally diseased enough to claim to be a transgender woman living in a man's body, which not only made him a celebrity for liberals, but no doubt helped convince the president to commute 35 sentences to one of 7 years. Sentenced to one of 7 years so they took away 35 years and gave him 7 years. Obama decision came in 17, his final act as president. Time it resulted in Manning's release and time served. Whoa. Manning became a published author. Manning for Senate had been bid. And blah, blah. And there's the reality winner, the Air Force veteran and NASA contractor who leaked information about supposed Russian influence in the U.S. election. She got a prison term of more than 5 years, but released at good behavior in 21. She had with a play written about her interview with the FBI, and now Joshua Schultz, according to the news, can't even claim to have noble intentions behind his traitorous behavior. Snowden claimed he was concerned about the government's power. Manning and Winter claimed concern about the government's behavior. Schultz was apparently concerned that the CIA human resource folks weren't paying sufficient attention to his gripes at work. Prosecutors said he motivated to leak classified information because of resentment over the CIA's handling of his work-related grievances. He was angry about interpersonal conflicts, being transferred to a different branch, not being granted a certain level of access with the CIA's system of similar issues. Prosecutors said he chose to burn our national security to the ground because he did not get his way, adding that Schultz had a comfortable upbringing and family support. According to CIA, Schultz problems arose in 2015 when he began to feud with management and co-workers. He filed a restraining order against the co-workers and both were transferred. Damn. CIA reported that Schultz became enraged when the CIA officials wanted to hire a contractor to build a cyber tool similar to one he was building. So he leaked information in 2016. He was published in 2017 and was in prison in 2018, first on the child porn charge, and then they probably put that child porn shit on him. His 40-year sentence includes both illegally gathering and transmitting national defense, possession of more than 10,000 images of child pornography. That's like how they counted everyone, and the machine counted everyone. Bulk of it was for the intelligence crime. He got 6 years and 8 months for the child porn. He is convicted of the leaking in 22. The conviction of porn came in 23. Is way not surprising. So, yeah, that was his ass. That was his ass. This is the year to catch a body, feed the machine. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of catching, and we're going to see a lot more deaths coming in this next 6 days leading up to the big game, the big event. Patty Hearst's kidnapping was 50 years ago, the fake kidnapping. Whatever it was. Yeah, so that looks like about all the deaths reported right now. So we're still at 13. So we're at 13. So that's really good. That is really good. Who's the pro-Palestinian mind-boggling? Yeah, I don't know who this is. I didn't watch the hockey game. I watched I didn't watch the All-Star game. Oh, NAA receives a Grammy, Lifetime Achievement Grammy. So they were honored. I didn't watch it other than Tyler Swift and Miley Cyrus getting their stuff. So. So yeah, I can't really speak on it. So, how was everybody's Sunday? It was smooth up here. The weather was nice, just chilled. I cooked about, in my Ninja, I cooked, I cooked about 30 or 40 wings before my daughter had to go to practice tonight. So I cooked that shit. That shit was pretty good. And just chill, watch the basketball games. Damn, I did something and I come back. They was watching a movie. I don't even remember what. Oh, I took my daughter to practice and I got back. They had turned for the basketball game. My wife and my son. So, well, yeah, it doesn't look like too many more sacrifices today. And that's a good thing. It is. That is definitely good to hear that it's not a lot of sacrifices. As always, show up here in the Great White North. The weather is always a concern. And so, I always talk about the weather up here. And right now, the weather is mild. It says 28 feels like, so later today, it's going to be almost 50. Tuesday will probably set a record, so we're going to have 50 all week. These are nice, good sweats, days, light jacket, and then that cold is going to come back. Looks like we might get a little bit of precipitation on Friday, my mother's birthday. Then Saturday's going to be cool, and Sunday's going to be cool. So And what do they got after that? Yeah, so it looks like the cool might come in. The cool might come in there, but for the next 3 days, I might go see if I can play pickleball somewhere. So we're not having much wind. Yeah, air quality is good. Visibility is good. So how's it in everybody else's land? Bill Westman. Okay, let's look him up. Let's look him up. We can put him as number 14. Thank you, James. Basketball player Bill Westman. All right, let's check him out. Let's see. No, that ain't him. RG Pop Westman. Well, let's see. I don't think this is who we're looking for. Yeah, that's not this cat. Let's see. So he played, it looks like, for the Celtics. Is that he played with the Celtics? Let's see. Check. Let's get down here. Did he play with the Celtics? Looney Green. Oh, this is in alphabetical order, is it? Wait, is that it? Huh. No, that ain't it. I can find a video of him, but I'm not. Wait, is that him? No, it's Paul Westphal. Let's see. Well, I'm not finding him. Let's do another search. I'm not finding him. 66 years old. Okay. Yeah, I'm not finding him. Yeah, I'm not finding. Let's see. No, that ain't him. That is not him. Yeah, they're not giving me. Yeah, I'm smelling it, right? Bill Westman. Yeah, I am not getting him for some reason. Let's see if we get it here. No. Let's see if this comes up. Yeah, it's not giving me. Give me some old dude, European dude. Oh, maybe right here? No, that says Wyman. Huh. Yeah, I'm not finding nothing on him. Did he play college or pro? Okay, I'm not finding. Let's see. I look college player. Let's see. Bill Carr. Let's see. Let's see. Is this? No. Damn, when was that? And what is this one? Yeah, I can't find him. I do not seem to be able to find him. Pro? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Pro. Yeah, they're not going into anybody named that. Yeah, I haven't been able to find him. Okay, means I have to keep looking for him. But yeah, I haven't been able to find him. Just yet doesn't mean I won't. So, okay. I'll keep looking for him. He'll show up on something, I'm sure. Oops. Yeah. I'm sure he'll come. So let's see how the money is doing. Now, I'm one that. So last night, gold was up, I think, last night. Let's see. Where were we at last night? Yeah, I think last night was 257, and you see we're down another 6%. So gold is at 2046 right now. So still over $2,000. So yeah, you're over $2,000. You're not doing bad. Again, Ethereum is at 22. Bitcoin is at 42. So they seem to get a little more solider and solider. Again, I'm not telling anybody what to do with your money, but now what is the dollar today? What is the dollar? Let's see. The dollar compared to Canada. Canada's not a bad place to spend your money. $1.34. Don't go to Europe. Definitely don't trade in pounds. Don't get British pounds if you do go over there, because your dollar's only worth 80 cents. And even the euros, it's only worth 93. Now, if you go down to Australia, your money's worth a little more. So 5 copper pennies worth money. Okay. I don't think I've ever told the copper penny story. We had a guy have a guy in Greensboro had some problems with his sewer, and we were trying to go into the basement, and we couldn't get in his basement because his basement was just full of pennies. I mean, it was literally pennies up to the knees, and he didn't know what to do with all the pennies, and we hooked him up with a bank, and he had like a couple $100,000. The dude said that every penny he got in his life, he just threw it on the floor in the basement. And I mean, the basement was like up to your knees with pennies. Like, I think he said it was, if I remember, and this was back in like early 80s. That old dude that saved all them pennies up. So, I just say follow your money. If you got a 401k, you should follow your money. I believe Earl Crittenden. Really? Earl Crittenden died? Let's see. Crittenden? I remember him. He played for the Sixers, didn't he? Let's see him. Wait. I think I just, damn, where was that shit? No. What was that? I wonder, let me see. I think that was his name. I saw his picture, but let's see. Oh, yes. I remember this cat ain't that much older than me. Earl Crittenden. He dies at 66. He died at 66. Pro basketball. All right. Earl Crittenden, he's only really 3 years older than me because I'll be 63 this year, but probably 4 grades ahead of me. So he probably graduated from high school 74, 75. But anyway, Earl Crittenden, a former Detroit high school basketball and a U of D standout, they call it Detroit Mercy now, as well as the Pistons center and a community ambassador for the team, passed away suddenly Saturday morning. Nicknamed the Twirl, starred for Detroit Finney before starting his college career at Robert Morris in 76. He only stayed in school for a season before transferring back home. He helped the Titans before they became Detroit Mercy. As a junior to the NCAA tournament, the following season, he averaged team best 20 points a game. So that's him grabbing a rebound for the Pistons. He was drafted I remember him with the Sixers. He was drafted the 3rd round in the Sixers, and he joined the team a year later where he played 3 seasons before signing with the Pistons before 83-84 season. His professional career lasted, he played 17 seasons. I did not know that. With multiple stops overseas before he retired. Did it say 39? 39 with the team. He was 39 and retired with the Raptors. Crittenden played in 674 NBA games. He averaged 5 points, 4 rebounds, across 12 seasons, won a championship as a reserve in the 83 teams, and he was on the 94 Rockets team. He had became an ambassador with the Pistons since 13 and a Titans television analyst for more than a decade. His cause of death is unknown. Super Bowl sacrifice. We feel like we've been robbed. George Blaha, longtime television broadcaster, said on the Valley Sports. The Detroit Pistons is deeply saddened. All of us hurting. And he got his number retired, it looks like, by Detroit Mercy. Earl Crittenden. And I guess he has a book out. So, again, 24. Are we surprised he wore 24 at Detroit Mercy? He had his 24 retired by Mercy after finally promised his mother by completing his degree. This is a police school, believe it or not. This is where Detroit Mercy, well, not Mercy. I'm sorry, there's other schools. So Earl Crittenden, 66. The other person, I saw his picture, so I just wonder. I think, gosh. I saw his picture. I can't remember if his name was Glasper or Casper. What did I put? Rich Glasper, I think was his name. I just saw his picture, though, flash. Let's see. Let me see. Was it Casper Glasper? This ain't him. This is not him. No. Cat I'm looking for played pro football with the Jets. Wait, let me see. Robert Glasper. Damn, I saw his picture. I was shifting and they showed his picture, so maybe they'll show it again. Is it Rich Glasper? Because he played for the dude I'm thinking about played for the Raiders and the Jets. He was a tight end, and I saw his picture. His picture flashed by. What's his name? Rich Glasper. What was his name? I can't think of it. Hey, Royal Bell, thank you for joining. Hey, Devontae One, thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming in. What was his name? Rich? Nah, it ain't Casper. That was the white boy from Notre Dame. Let me see if I can find his picture again. Because they flashed his picture. And I didn't get to read what it said. Let's see. I saw a picture of him, and I was like, okay, I'll come back to it, and it changed. But he played for he played for the Jets. Okay, let's see if they'll show it here. This cat played for the Jets, and he played for the Raiders. I think he was more famous for the Raiders. I want to say he was number 87. But, yeah, I don't see it anymore. And you see the Commanders hired Quinn. You know, why would anybody want Quinn? But we saw the same thing. Remember the dude, they had to fire, Eric Bethany had to be fired because, what's his name? The old family, their coach, that family's coach, became the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. Remember the one that blew the big lead? Isn't that funny? The one that blew the big lead against the Patriots, and then he gets rewarded with a head coach job in St. Louis. Huh. I don't see him. I don't see him. So maybe we'll have to wait. But he played with the Raiders, and he played Raymond Chester. That's his name. That's what I saw. That's who it was, Raymond Chester. Let's see if anything happened to Raymond Chester. So he's still alive. Okay, it looks like Raymond Chester is still alive. Let's see. Because I saw something come across about Raymond Chester. And I'll show you if you guys didn't know who Raymond Chester was. It's this brother right here, if they show him. This was Raymond Chester, and I caught something of him. So I don't know, but this is Raymond Chester. Probably more famously known for the Raiders than the Jets. The Raiders had a pretty decent team. I think that team where Franco Harris, caught that illegal tip ball, I think Chester was on that Raiders team. I don't know, because they might have had Casper by then. So is there any news about how much is this card's worth? Damn, you got one card worth $129. Let me see, news. Let me see if there's news. There was something about him. Doesn't look like he passed. Doesn't look like Raymond Chester passed. Okay, there must have been a story about him. I was able to remember his name. My son, we was watching Alexandria. My son was like, "How do you possibly know this?" Like, I don't know that. That's why I was fucking around. I was watching that Alexandria shit again. And it's, it's funny, some of these old stories that the Europeans put together, and it's like, that shit ain't even believable. I've often thought, and what it appears like is Alexander the Great, and I've said this many, many nights, I'm going to keep saying it. He was a sacrifice so the Europeans could go into Kemet. That's what it appeared like to me. And then, they were able to put an army together and take over Kemet and the Ptolemy regime. But all that, and it's like, but Pythagoras and a bunch of them cats was able to go down there and get training. They wasn't getting training, and you see a lot of Greeks that was able to get training after Alexander goes down there. So that's what it appears like to me. The story's is too much, and when it's too much, it probably is too much. I mean, where were these resources to feed this army? Like, a lot of these dudes had to, do boats like this and shit. We talking about 300 BC. I imagine they had big sailboats, but they had a lot of this shit in the ocean. And come on. And these motherfuckers could, logistics is what fucks me up is, from studying Eisenhower, I've got a good idea how to move things around the world. I mean, that's one good thing. If you get, it's one of Eisenhower's biographies, and it really tells you, it shows you why General Marshall trusted Eisenhower because of logistics. So you have to look at, like you look at Attila the Hun, or you look at Khan, that first Khan that they say went all the way from the Russian steppes all the way to Germany. But if you look up there, there's nothing up there. Like, what natural resources did they have to get these armies together? It's always been barren land, but yet they want to tell you these great empires. Genghis Khan, they said. Now check this out. How far and how much did Genghis Khan go if everybody in the state is related to him? Sounds like he was a person that kind of hung around one area. Again, this history, they just come up with this stuff, and it's not all believable. And, some people still caught up with some history that, they like, hey, you can believe what you want, but if you think it, these Europeans had and that's what gets me about this tutorial stuff. It's racist. It's completely racist. They're trying to tell you that Europeans had a great society, and that's what it breaks down to. Let's see. I don't know who this cat is. I don't know if we'll count him or not. Run the recording studio, became successful radio. I don't know if we count him. 66, he joined CBS to assist network presidents. The banner on the BNC editorial page read, committed to the First Amendment. So I don't know. I guess. I don't know if we count him. B plus C editor, Don Weiss, dies at 94. What doesn't appear to really be. I mean, yeah, you work for CBS, Bio Award. So I guess we gotta count him. When does he died? Top editor. Oh, okay. Well, we'll add him too. Earl Crittenden. Man, that's terrible to hear about Earl. I met Earl a couple times. I forgot about that. This guy's name is Donald. But you can tell, he didn't take a great drink from the beast. They let him be 94. So he was a broadcasting magazine. B plus, what they got that shit is? B plus C. B plus C, which is broadcasting plus cable. Broadcasting plus cable. Okay. Yeah, we'll count him. He took a drink. He didn't take a big drink, but that's why they let him to be 94, because he took a drink. So he did take a drink. Tricky Dick. Man, I was watching the football player, The American or something, about the young guy that played. Let me see if that story. I mean, it's almost like Ernie Davis. It was another local. We just did a story about the guy from who's the only All-American at. Damn, what was that story I did a while ago? He was the only All-American from. God, what was that story I did a few months ago? But another story, a dude played for the championship team in Texas. Found out he had some type of bone cancer. When they looked at it, they had to take all the bone out of one side of his leg to try to save his life. They didn't save his life. My American? Yeah, it was called My American. What was this cat's name? I did a search on here because I got tired of watching. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't need it to do that. That's all right. It started doing that shit on its own. What search did I use? Oh, that one. Let's see. Oh, Steinmark. Here we go. What is it? Texas. No. Let me see. Where's he at? Texas. Whoops. Player Stein. I think it was Steinbach. Steinbach. Oh yeah, right here I found him. I don't know if they'll give me. Oh, here he is. Yeah, this cat right here. There's a movie called My American because he played with a coach named Daryl Royal. I remember these type of face masks though. But this guy died of this is after he had his leg removed right here. That's after he had his leg removed. His team won the national championship at Texas, and then they played Notre Dame for a bowl game. Freddie Steinbach, Faith, Family, and Football, published by the university. He was started as safety for the undefeated University of Texas. In '69, a thrilling game of the century, a come-from-behind victory gave against Arkansas that ensured Texas the national championship. Steinbach played with pain in his left leg. 2 days later, x-rays revealed a bone tumor so large it seemed a miracle that he could even walk, let alone play. Within a week of the Arkansas game, his leg was amputated. An undersized yet gritty player, Steinbach quickly became a fan favorite. What he endured during the Longhorn '69 season, what he encountered afterward, captivated not only Texas, but the country. Americans watched closely as Steinmark confronted life's ultimate challenge and his openness on Grand Cure. Written with unfettered access to his family and archives, humbly and a shifting tribute to Longhorns and Bezels of the world. So, I think so. They don't give you a lot of pictures of him. But this is the book, and there's a movie now called My All-American. So I guess he played. Wow. So this is him in high school. This looks like college. Oh, wow. He still tried to swing golf. And this shows that college was invented in 1869. They said 100 years, and 100 years is 1969. So he played baseball at Texas, too. So this guy was quite the athlete before this infliction. And he died 2 years later. Yeah, so they cut his leg off in '69. Great faith. During the '70 season, his senior year, Freddie coached freshman football at UT. Wow. He was able to, with one leg, he taught a year of freshman football. Wow. American gave motivations on June 6th in the evening, unable to battle cancer. Freddie Joe passed away in Houston and was laid to rest a few days later. He was from Denver, Colorado. So that's the book, and it is a story. There is a, you got your sip. Well, yeah. I mean, what's interesting about him is it's really close to Ernie Davis' story. Ernie Davis being the first melanated person to win the Heisman, and then, killing him very quickly after he won the Heisman. He gets drafted, doesn't want to go to races, playing for George Marshall in D.C., the Redskins, who once was the Boston Redskins. Didn't want to be with him, so... And NTAT Nick's channel, he's putting out a lot of good content. He really is. I watched a video earlier of what he was saying, and it's like the amount of money that they're giving to people, and then telling the melanated folks that we can't get anything for Jim Crow. and the disadvantages that Jim Crow called, and the murder and the straight up murder. They don't want to say any of that because it was, Jim Crow to a point was almost a genocide too. The way they locked up people and worked people to death. I mean, they were really working people to death. So, yeah, it might be a couple things I had looked at. I want to talk about again. Yeah, shit I don't want to look at. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, I've heard this shit before. It's a video out there. It's Richard Pryor live and smoking, and he pretty much tells you that he's gay. And he was abused as a little boy too, but he pretty much tells you he's gay. He said he this is to quote Richard Pryor. He said he liked sucking dick so much he was addicted to sucking dick. That's what he says in his comedy routine. So he fit into Hollywood real good. You see, he fit into Hollywood real good. And, saying that he had some kind of relationship with, what's the dude from The Godfather? He used to mess around with The Godfather and he used to mess around with Quincy Jones. So Richard Pryor was with the bullshit. And, because he was with the bullshit, it probably made him crazy because he had to do all that crazy shit. So it probably made him crazy. That's probably why he wanted to smoke all the time to kill all that pain. People forget a lot of, the comics have a lot of pain in some instances. Man, I love this Joe jersey. I've had this jersey. Goddamn, I've had this jersey since the summer of 7. And this is like, what they call that shit? Because this is thick as hell. This is wool. This is old, scratchy wool. Yeah, I got a wool blanket downstairs. This is wool. With the zip down. They don't even make these anymore. And it's technically the same company that makes these hats that make them now, but they don't make them like this. Man, I want to show this. I just want to show a picture of this. All right, I don't really care too much about him. But everybody talks about having AKs and ARs, but a lot of people don't understand that when they replaced this weapon, which is an M14, they didn't replace it because the weapon was bad. They replaced it because they thought that the soldiers didn't need a weapon that could shoot from 1,000 yards away. The problems they had with the first ARs were, they couldn't, like they passed those guns and put those guns which weren't effective. They didn't tell the people in the jungle they got to clean the guns all the time. That's why, the AKs were so great because no matter how dirty, they would just keep shooting and shooting. The first batches of ARs weren't really good guns and you had to constantly clean them. But it shot a 5.5, what is it called? 5.526, something like that. But these shoot 30-06. These shoot 30-06. And now you can get these that shoot 20 rounds of 30-06 compared to the, 5.22s, or even what the AK shoot. This shoots 30-06. This is classically what you'll get. This model, this is a little newer model. This model is newer. But, if you're thinking of a really dependable firearm, which is going to be easy to fix, there are a lot of parts that you can probably still get, because that's what they're saying why you should get ARs, because of parts. Fairly easy gun to fix too, but can take a beating, and that shit, 30-06. And I know, there's higher some guns. I know there's a Winchester 308 Winchester that's a serious gun, but I don't know. I think I'm leaning that direction, getting one of them. And I have an AR too. Just haven't modified it enough. But I don't know. I just think that might really work. That might be really effective. And now you can get them with 20 rounds. Shit, can't beat that. You shooting through a lot, shooting them. But whatever, you work with, whatever works for you, then that's what you got to choose. But just a little thing, something to consider. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that today. I might talk about that another time. Yeah, that Richard Pryor, I forget. Richard Pryor live and smoking, I forget he says that shit. I mean, he's straight up like, man, yikes. He was ready for Hollywood when he went out there. He was definitely bisexual. But, I think a lot of the demons, damn. Okay, I guess I got a little bit of debauchery. Hey, what you say? He said that that roast with Robin Williams back in the day, he got his first tranny kicking it with Paul Mooney. Yeah. Well, what he says is actually he says two things. This same thing, or maybe no, it was on recording, so it wasn't this version where he talks about sucking dick. He's in a club where they're filming him. There's a version where they're just recording him. And he says he was the only one in Peoria, Illinois that was fucking this faggot. That's what he says. Now, what he says on the last of his TV show, they did it as a roast. They wasn't going to put it on regardless. So they actually went through it. But he talks about what he's talking about is Pam Grier. Because he says he was almost going to marry a transy and she was fine as hell. Asked Paul Mooney. And he's talking about Pam Grier. He was going to marry Pam Grier. And then the day that all his managers and shit go to the place they supposed to have a reception after they get married, they done got a big cake that says, congratulations, Richard and Pam. Richard gets married to some girl that he got pregnant. He like one of his youngest children that hit her mama and didn't marry Pam. And as I said, Pam Grier has not had any children. So I think he's talking about Pam Grier. That's what it appears like. When he was going to marry a tranny, it was going to be Pam Grier. And, that's her thing. So, But that's what I'm pretty sure he's talking about on the roast. I think he's talking about Pam Grier. I mean, that's just all the evidence goes to Pam Grier. It doesn't really go to anybody else. I remember I was beefing with some chick before. I want to see where they're... That wasn't here, huh? It was here? Oh, it was back there. Why the fuck was it back there and then over here? Oh, right here. This is where my son... it's funny, I'll tell his business, and it's not that big a deal. But my son and his roommate went down to this little town, and they thought that they were going to sell weed, and they got robbed. This is where they went to junior college to play football. What is this? This ain't the story? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. This is way west of me, kind of going toward North Dakota, but straight west.
Shot him with a knife this morning.
The officer was injured during the incident and was treated on scene. Fox 9's Rose Schmidt is in Wilmer.
Multiple streets had to be blocked off in downtown Wilmer as authorities investigate an incident that left both a suspect and an officer injured. Evidence markers line 4th Street Southwest in downtown Wilmer. Bureau of Criminal Apprehension say an officer shot a man during what they call an altercation.
Customer Ryan called me up and said that some shooting went on downtown Wilmer this morning, and I said, really? Downtown Wilmer? I mean, it's pretty traumatic,
Ron Schuler says it's strange to see yellow tape surrounding the block where he's owned a business for 30 years. The view from above shows the extent of the perimeter. Wilmer police say it all unfolded Sunday morning around 8:10 after a man called 911 indicating he had been threatened with a knife. Police say an officer arrived on scene and began trying to gather information from the man when suddenly the suspect came out a nearby door and charged at the officer.
All right, now check this out. I'm going to play this out for you. Now, if you haven't noticed, this is a very, very small town. I would dare say this town probably has less than 10,000 people. I mean, look at this downtown. This is about it. So this is Sunday morning. I don't know how big their force is. We see 2 cars. I wonder if we saw a county car in there. So don't imagine. I mean, I've been down there. It's not a very big town. We probably have to look it up. Okay, so again, I'm not seeing two cars. That looks to be this crime scene. Well, the one from up above. Where was the other one from up above? Where were the right here? Okay, that's a different car. That's a different cop car. That appears because their cop cars were lighter. So, oops.
One day you wake.
All right. Okay, so that's Wilmer right there. All right. So what they did is, this was a sleepy Sunday morning. Dude went to a place, probably wasn't concentrating, and dude got to jump on him. Dude got to jump on him because sleepy little town, Sunday morning, not paying attention.
The officer then fired his handgun, and the suspect ran away and threatened the officer with the knife. The officer then fired his handgun, and the suspect ran away. Police took the suspect into custody a short distance away, and medics treated the officer on scene for his injuries. Meanwhile, authorities...
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay, this is sheriff of the county, sheriff. Okay. Yeah, so these were sheriff cars. Wilmer cars are the black and white. This was what I was trying to figure out. Sheriff, yeah. So they might only have one or two cars in that department. That could be a local, because it's nothing but like when you drive through there, you're just driving through like farm towns.
...performed life-saving measures on the suspect, who was then taken to nearby Weiss Memorial Hospital and later transferred to a higher care facility. The Minnesota BCA has been asked to investigate the case. Authorities have not released the suspect's identity. Wilmer police say there's no ongoing threat to the public at this time.
Okay. Okay. I wonder how many people. Let's see this. This is gonna start tripping again. That's all right. I wonder how many people live in Wilmer, Minnesota. Let's see. Population of, was it Wilmer? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I just said it. Yeah, so this little town has 20,000 people, 24,000 people. Yeah, it has 24,000 people. All right, so it's not a, very big town considering where, if you live in a suburb of a bigger area. So, not a very big area. But that's what it was. Dude went in there, didn't expect it, didn't, again, that's the thing that you have to understand is, golly, one man, 3 sexual assaults. This NBA player is a shocking serial rapist. The shocking story of Tom Paine. I think we need to check. I think we need to check out who Tom Paine is. This was 13 days ago. The shocking story of Tom Paine. Did you see Tom Paine's movie? He had a movie and it was called He Had to Have It. So let's hear what Tom Paine has to say. Let's see what Tom Paine got to say.
Right way. Then I could have ran for senator. I could have been the first black man to run for mayor of Louisville. I think like that.
Such is life, where some bad decisions, or in this case, shockingly bad decisions, can really turn things.
So, he took a bunch of booty. Okay. Wow. So this dude hooped a little bit.
But signs of his temper had started to show, where he was deemed as a highly physical player, gaining notoriety for...
Yeah. So y'all can look up Tom Paine. Look like Tom Paine took up a lot of... He looks like he, it reminds me, it's like we had this goofy friend, and... How do I describe what Lee did? Lee raped somebody and he claimed he didn't do it. So Lee was up for another rape, was winning the trial, put himself on trial, put himself on the stand, and had the nerve to say that she served. How did he put it? I like to be served, and she served me well. This is what this clown said, and he went back to prison for rape again. Dude used to hoop with us, grew up with his sister. So yeah, if you're interested in Tom Paine, let's see if let's do that. Oh, let's put it here instead. Yeah. That's not it. Oh, excuse me. Whew, I felt that coming. Oh, that feels good. Let's add to here. Let's add to here. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the story of the dude. Tom Paine, touted as Lou Alcindor, later is known, struggled to adjust to his college life he was 7'2". He was drafted by the Hawks in the 71-72 season. So let's read his story and what happened to Thomas Paine, former pro basketball player. So he's only 7'2". He played with Atlanta Hawks during that one season. He also was the first to ever play basketball at the University of Kansas. The eldest of 9 children. He broke one record of birth. He was the longest baby ever born at the hospital. Blah, 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 blah. His father was in the service. His mother had a bachelor's degree. So he came from, 14 children. Wow. Everybody had to, despite his health and incredible skill, he was basically a newcomer to basketball. He didn't play organized basketball until sophomore season in high school at Louisville. By his senior season, he was one of the most converted players in the nation, with Kentucky and UCLA recruiting him. On the June 9th of 69, the All-American signed with Kentucky. He was not only the tallest player ever to play at the school at the time, but was also Rump's first coach. Touted as another Alcindor, a low test score prevented him from playing his freshman year. Freshmen were ineligible to play varsity at the time. Okay, so he wasn't able to play anywhere. So instead, he played for AAU team that they set up. He boasted his grades and gained eligibility to play during the sophomore season. He averaged 17 per game, earning all Southwest Conference honors. Impressive, the numbers. Signs of trouble developed during the season. In a road game against Tennessee, Paine flipped John Woodell head over heels, battling for a rebound. The referees whistled, playing for a flagrant foul, and ejected him. In the rematch, Tennessee, Paine again flagrantly fouled Woodall and was ejected again. Paine was also ejected from a home game against Alabama for objecting to a referee's call. Paine's temper was exacerbated by racial slurs that he heard from opposing players. So he went for the sucker. He went for the sucker. He continued to improve and dominated his point. He scored 34 against Georgia, 39 against LSU. The future looked bright after he scored 30 against Auburn, a game that clinched. During the summer, however, Paine experienced a variety of struggles. In August, police officers cited him for speeding his new Cadillac. The car was registered to an auto dealer's room. The team from the NBA and ABA were covering Paine, and the car was a gift from the Pittsburgh Condors of the new league. Paine was 9 hours of incomplete grades that needed to be made up before he could return. With the slim likelihood of being eligible to play the following season, Paine left Kentucky and joined 13 other underclassmen for the NBA's first ever supplemental draft. Paine was convicted in 72. Paine was convicted of raping a woman and served 5 years in prison. After completing his sentence, Paine served 6 years as Kentucky prison on a separate rape charge before being paroled. For Paine again was convicted of rape in 86, this time in California. He was pardoned in 2000 only to return to prison for a parole violation. He was pardoned in 19. interview that he regretted his past behavior. So he was a dumbass. He was really a dumbass if you looked at him. He was a dumbass that was used to getting his way. He should have went to UCLA, but they should have. So this is how he looked. And, you know, a lot of pressure, but they didn't have where he, you know, they didn't see like they knew with Jackie Robertson that they knew, damn, it's a lot of pictures of this mug, ain't it? Damn, look at all these pictures of dude. But, you know, he just didn't have the temperament to be in the South and hearing all that racist shit. That shit got to him. And, you know, he didn't understand no. And this guy was 7'2" and gave it all away for some woman. I mean, gave it all away. He had it. He had everything, you know, life in his hands. And he gave it all away. Driving a brand new car, speeding, probably was drunk. Oh, this is when he signed with Kentucky. Adolph Rump, racist ass. I think that Rump quit before he actually played because it's a picture up here. That ain't Adolph Rump. That ain't Rump. So that might be the coach. So that dude never might play. I wonder how far he took him. It didn't say how far he took him in the tournament. But I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of pictures of this goofy motherfucker. But if you hoop, you know, I don't see any pro pictures of him though. I don't see any pro pictures of this dude. Say he played for Atlanta for one season. Wow. So, you know, he was a serial or multiple rapist. You know, that motherfucker just didn't know when to say no. Oh, shit. I just said that that roast would. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And of course, you know, I talked about it. Oh, I didn't hit this one. Check this out. This is one of my buddies. I feel bad because this is a good dude here. Did y'all check this out? Pat Mahomes' father arrested in Texas, charged with DWI. He ain't feeling no pain in this motherfucker. You know, he ain't feeling no pain. This nigga is lit, you know. Patrick Mahomes Sr., father of Kansas City quarterback, was arrested in Tyler for driving while intoxicated 8 days before the Super Bowl. 53-year-old was charged Saturday, at least his third DUI. Wow. He played baseball from 92 to 93. So this is Pat Sr., really a good guy, but for 53, life has kicked him in the ass. He was quite a handsome young man, and this dude, look at this, look at me. I got this dude by 10 years. I got him by 10 years. We look about the same age. And he only a little taller. He about 6'3". But yeah, you could tell he lit, you know. And I don't think they're going to throw the book at him. I mean, yeah, third DUI, depending on how long. But yeah, I caught this earlier. Poor Pat. Why you got to get locked up? You can't drive to the Super Bowl. Oh, but he was a good guy. And you know what they said is I think his father killed himself. And it appeared like when he was here, he tried to kill himself. He flipped his truck. He had a Jeep and he flipped it on what's called the Washington Bridge. And some had speculated that they had wondered, you know, did he try to kill himself at that time? You know, because his father had killed himself. So, but yeah, call, you know, use your card, baby. Use your card and Uber, Lyft. They'll take you anywhere you want. Fucking rent a service. Rent a service, baby. I wonder if Tracy Chapman won. I didn't look at it because Tracy Chapman had a song up. Somebody did her song, Fast Car. Somebody did Tracy Chapman. So I think it was up for a Grammy. Fast Car was up for a Grammy, I think. If I remember right. Anybody see J-Lo last night? Man, you talking about looking like a vampire. Yeah, I did that one already. That chick, boy. I don't know about that chick. First Avenue in Minneapolis holds first ever gospel show. And the Gophers beat Northwestern 75-66. I think they had lost 3 in a row up to that point, and the Gophers won. So, yeah, not a lot of debauchery, and that's good. You know, not really just common everyday things other than Wilmer. I mean, there's nothing around here, so that's good. You know, warm weather is keeping people, you know, usually it's, you know, the cold weather keeps a lot of crime down just because it's cold. But now it seems like, you know, the cold weather, people are in better moods. So it's not a lot of debauchery around this area, which is good, which is very good. And, you know, next couple of days are going to be beautiful. Even does get cold next week. Who cares? You know, it's like... And then we're hitting the comedy club. That's what my mother wants to do for her 83rd birthday. She's with it, so we got to get the tickets. And my son said he'd go. And so we're going to hit the comedy club on Friday. We're going back to a House of Comedy on Friday. I don't know which show we're going to, but, you know, I'm going to go up in that motherfucker looking marvelous like I always do, you know. And so that's what we're doing. Yeah. So that's kind of what my week is coming to. And of course, you know, the Super Bowl. So I got to turn back on StreamYard because I don't have this on my phone. So I'm going to try to do the game live like I've done, I think, the last 4 seasons. But what do you guys think about Taylor Swift winning that? I think that dooms the Chiefs. I really do. I think that dooms the Chiefs right there. I think that's the tell that dooms the Chiefs. Her winning, I think, is going to mean the Chiefs lose. So we'll see. But I think that's one flag of seeing the Chiefs lose. But as I mentioned, we will see. Because, they could easily beat the Chiefs. They got a good defense that can give it to Mahomes all night, you know. So they got 2 good defensive line, and they can get after Mahomes. But again, we'll see how they fix it. Yeah, same old BS. Europeans won't stay off the they won't stay off the the ice. It's like, mug, stay off the ice. You can't drive a truck on the ice when it's warm, you know. They were saying everybody been around playing pickleball, so that's why I'm gonna go over to this little park and see if anybody's over there. Because, you know, I've been walking this stuff, been stretching, so, you know, it's time to get back into it. You know, time, because this summer I was just thinking I'm gonna play crazy this summer. So, and my health is pretty good, and so yeah, about time to pick it up. So, yeah. So, and my son, you know, said he'd been playing. You know, I tried to, you know, and it's like what you have to do is when you try to show your children things, you have to see how much they love it. And just as I told the story with my 23-year-old, he was on 2 baseball teams. I wanted to see how long he would do it. And then one day he said, Dad, I think I just want to play one game a day instead of 2. Or I only, because I don't think they was the same day, but it was like he had 2 baseball games a week. And so I only want to play in 1 a week. I was like, okay. My other son, I took him to my other son's practice and his practice. He was fine with the older children. Then it was time for his team, wouldn't do it. Again, not loving it, you know. For him, since I asked him to do it and it was his own team, in his mind, he thought, why should I have to practice again? I just practiced. But again, the way I'm trying to teach him is, I want to see if you love it. And so a person that loved it would have relished in both practices. That's all. And, you know, he didn't. So, but now he seems to like it. So, you know, he doesn't have a lot of skills, but he's, you know, playing, and that's a big step. Playing is a huge step. Oh, and this is Black Month, so you know they're showing a lot of black stuff, which is interesting. Oh, I missed this one the other day. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I think I did this story already. It's funny. Yeah, that's funny. But you know, it's always let's see. That's what I thought. Man accused of killing sex offender in Houston. Wisconsin man on Americans Most Wanted. Damn, Wisconsin man. Man accused of killing sex offender. Wow. Who is this? Americans Most Wanted. Wisconsin man on Americans Most Wanted. Okay. Let's see. Let's let him tell it. Let's see.
Law enforcement tracked down thousands of suspects over the years, and now a Wisconsin case is set to receive some national attention.
Yeah, deputies say Kevin Anderson killed 2 family members, shot at a deputy, and then set a house on fire. You remember the story. We covered it a lot. As Aaron Maben explains, it's believed he's been on the run ever since.
Take a look at this. It shows a Jefferson County deputy getting shot at and a home going up in flames.
It's a case that has puzzled Jefferson County authorities for far too long.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice looking for this man, 68-year-old Kevin P. Anderson.
Prosecutors believe Kevin Anderson killed his sister, Nedra Limke, and her husband, Jim Limke, over an inheritance. It happened in the town of Sumner in June 2020. When a deputy arrived, body camera video shows the deputy being shot at and the home going up in flames. But investigators never found Anderson's remains, and they believe the accused killer is on the run.
Unfortunately, there hasn't been any new information, and that's why law enforcement reached out to us. That's why they want us to do this case so badly.
The case is set to receive new life with more eyes on it. Monday night, America's Most Wanted will shine a light on Anderson's accused crimes and possible escape.
There is an...
Wow. 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 Well, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see.
We start with the BCA.
You don't need to start there, honey. What about this one? This looks like a little debauchery. Man, ever since I'm getting all these Vivo barefoot, I'm getting all the commercials.
A 24-year-old man is charged in the murder of a 37-year-old convicted sex offender. Some wonder if he was acting as a vigilante. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from the Harris County Jail downtown. Randy.
Yeah, Caroline. Now, according to court documents...
Damn, look how this motherfucker dressed. Ah, yeah. Polo ain't fresh, you know. Nah, this is not official at all. Okay, let's go.
Spencer III made statements such as, if the cops were not going to do anything about pedophiles, maybe he should kill them himself.
The only time I've seen something like this is in the movies. Period.
It doesn't appear 22-year-old James Lewis Spencer III and 30... It doesn't appear...
Check it out. Who's he holding? Who's he signaling for? You see this signal? Who's he doing that for? Who is he doing that for? You think this is by accident he's throwing that up? Okay, we caught it.
It doesn't appear 22-year-old James Lewis Spencer III and 37-year-old Sean Connery Showers knew each other. It was apparently Showers' criminal history that prompted Spencer to allegedly kill him in cold blood last May.
Someone that knew the defendant tipped off investigators, telling them that this defendant wanted to rob and harm types of men who do bad things to little children.
When he was 23, Showers pled guilty to possessing child pornography.
Some very egregious child pornography of young children doing sexual acts that we can't say on the air.
Showers failed to register as a convicted sex offender. In 2018, he was arrested after entering Bel Air High School during standard operating hours without notifying the school's administrative office.
He was actually sent to prison. He got a 2-year sentence.
Mr. James Spencer, will you please stand up?
Last May, police say Spencer contacted convicted sex offender Showers.
It appears that you claim to be a minor yourself and agreed to meet up with the complainant for sex.
While Showers was walking down the street in the 900 block of Northwood, police say Spencer drove by and shot Showers several times.
There was a video of a motor vehicle slowing down and approaching the complainant, a string of rapid gunshots, and then a motor vehicle speeds off.
Showers' criminal history appears to be the only motive in his murder. Police say Spencer admitted to his role in the killing.
The first thought that came to my mind was Death Wish, Charles Bronson.
Wow. Wow, that was the same thing I thought. That is crazy. I just thought the same thing. I thought Death Wish too. I thought the same thing. I thought Death Wish. And he, damn if he didn't just say that. Well, that's the shit I was thinking, the same damn thing. I was like, this shit is Death Wish. Oh. Yeah, I thought the same thing. And that's funny that he mentioned that. Because I sure thought the same thing. I thought Death Wish.
Tonight, a 24-year-old man is charged.
That is crazy insane. Crazy insane. Oh, it's debauchery all over. Well, damn. Let's hear this one out. She wasn't bullshitting here. Check this shit out. She wasn't bullshitting on this one. Here we go.
Moments ago, a Montgomery County jury has just announced a verdict in the case of a 7-year-old woman who stabbed a man outside of an Ardmore bar after her son called her distraught about something his girlfriend did. That verdict, guilty on all charges tonight. Actually, McCormick joining us live outside the courthouse in Morristown. Andy, you've got the details in moments ago.
Yeah, and Brian, that's right. Like you said, she was found guilty on all counts, including third-degree murder, also possession of an instrument of a crime, and possession of a deadly weapon. And that deadly weapon, Brian, was a 16-inch blade that she had inside of a walking cane. Well, it took jurors today they were inside of court deliberating about 6 hours. They found 70-year-old Renee DiPietro guilty on all counts of killing 31-year-old Michael Sides. Now, authorities say that DiPietro's son Jason was in an argument and fight that happened in a bar earlier in the evening. This happened back in June of 2023. It involved a man and his girlfriend. Now, during the altercation, a friend of the victims was sucker punched by Jason DiPietro. After the altercation, the victim was overheard saying that he was going to seek out Jason DiPietro for assaulting his friend. Well, Jason called his parents to come pick him up from Philadelphia. This happened in Ardmore. When they arrived, his mother used a cane that was also held a 16-inch blade inside, and she attacked Sides, stabbing and killing him. Well, DiPietro claimed that this was self-defense, but the video played in court showed that she, her husband, and son did not call 911 or try to help him.
If it was their child, what would they do? Okay? You defend yourself? You actually defend yourself, self-defense, and then you get accused of something? Are you going to appeal? Yes, I am.
This defendant injected herself and a 16-inch blade into a fistfight. And while she had the right to defend herself and her son, she did not have the right to take the victim's life. And what she did that day and the way she behaved during the fight, but also immediately after the victim fell to the ground and was bleeding, really just demonstrated an extreme indifference to the value of his life.
And Brian, as you saw in that video, DiPietro was immediately taken into custody. Now, as for the victim's family, they were also in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom, they simply said justice was served. For now, reporting live in Norris.
Y'all know what happened to the dude? He got shanked. Oh, he got shanked up. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, the world is funny. The world can be funny. It can really be humorous.
We start with the BCA.
But I guess it ain't humorous to everybody. But it's some kind of humorous sometime. Hey, Trill Johnson, what's happening? Hand sign, 900 blocks, 9 p.m. news. There you go. You know, thank you for joining me. I can hear you, just can't hear what you're saying. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to turn it up. Is that better? Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't hear what you're saying. Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. Get a little closer to the mic. Yeah, I'm really, I'm not peeking out. So, yeah, okay. I'll try to speak in the mic better. Sorry. Black mental health workers. Yeah, it's not a lot going on, which is good. I didn't plan on going on too far tonight. Just had those little bitty things to share. Yeah, that's about it. I already gave my Super Bowl pick. I think San Francisco's going to beat them. Right now, with Taylor Swift winning the Grammys, I think that just cements that they're going to lose. I think Pat Mahomes' dad getting arrested, that's trying to put a lot of that energy around there. And then they saying, Taylor Swift has a concert the night before, and she's going to have to fly across the world to come back. So I don't know. It sounds like they might not even really want her there. So we'll see how that turns out. And I could be wrong. I mean, his daddy might be the sacrifice, again. What do I always say? It's better to be shamed than to be killed. And so I guess, that could be the people's argument that say it's okay to wear a dress, because it is better to be shamed than be murdered. So if they're going to murder you and the only way they won't murder you is to wear a dress, I guess I could agree with that. They call me up and, be like, hey, man, they're about to murder me. They say if I don't wear a dress, they're going to murder me. I'll be like, well, I mean, like they got a gun to your head and everything. They're like, yeah. I was like, well, I guess you better put the dress on then. I think in that instinct, that everybody would say, yeah, you probably should put the dress on instead of getting murdered. But to further your career, I don't really think it's necessary. It's really not art. Not really. What kind of art is that? It ain't our art. It's something that's shown to us. And for some reason, it seems to be a great need that all the leading men, they don't be Clark Gable, tall, dark, and handsome. They got to be more like Mo Deer, tall, dark, and feminine. And so feminine, you got to back into everything. So, that's one regard. I guess it was your life depended on it. But I guess if their careers depend on it, again, it is better to be shamed than be killed. So if that's the threat they had to do, what was it called? White girls. They was going to kill them. Hey, you Wayne brothers, we're going to kill you if you don't put on these white masks. We're going to kill you. But I remember the younger Wayne, and not Sean, but the other one, the youngest one said, a dick tastes like, right? Watch his Netflix. A dick tastes like, right? Like he knew what it tastes like. That was inference. That he knew what it tastes like. And why did he have to suck dick? I mean, if you like sucking dick, that's you. I don't, I guess I can't, if that's your thing. But again, if that's what it takes to get into a certain, like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like how the old days, was humiliating you without humiliating you. Remember when school days? They took them in the bathroom, they blindfolded them, and they told them to put their hands in the toilet, and they thought they were squeezing shit, but it was actually squeezing bananas. You see how that's humiliating, that kind of bullshit. That's humiliating people, But it seems odd that, you know, the stars, and it's what, Denzel? And but see, remember, Denzel got beat from the back. So don't say Denzel. Denzel had to pay to play the stupidest drug dealer, crooked cop there ever was on the planet. And to get a Academy Award for that performance made no sense. And Glory, where he got beat from behind, which, you know, that's sodomy. And it showed he had been beat before. So maybe that, you know, again, that is kind of a inference on pain from behind, you know? Yeah, maybe be fully. Mhm. Marlon. Yeah, but yeah, Marlon. Yeah, Marlon. Be fruity. Yeah, Marlon. Absolutely, Marlon. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. That's what he says on his special. Check it out. And like one thing I learned about a lot of their specials, and I've said this before, that Country Wayne dude is artificially pushed as ever somebody was artificially pushed. Yeah, I guess I ain't too bad on that. Okay, because I told you I had to block. He had so many sites. I think I blocked 10 or 11 sites. So that's artificial. Like if I show one time I don't like his stuff, why you keep showing it? Like they show, you know, nightlife in Thailand. I block all that shit. I don't give a fuck about Thailand. I used to like Thai weed though. Can you still get Thai weed, Thai stick? That shit used to be aight, but yeah, I'm thinking I don't know. I can't really, you know, I can't say I don't know. I don't really know. He seemed to avoid the dress. He's one of the rare ones. I don't think Cindy Portier. I don't think what's the man's name? Deo Harry Belafonte. I don't think Harry Belafonte had to wear the dress. Trying to think. Billy D. Williams. Did Billy D. Williams ever wear a dress? I don't think Billy D. Williams ever wore a dress. And he would tell you, don't let the smooth taste fool you. I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he been with his wife, his sons, you know, playing ball and got his son into acting. So I don't know. I can't say one way or another about Denzel, but he seems to avoid it. And you know that Michael Williams dude that OD'd and had the scar, you know, Omar. It's like they had Omar being a sissy. I mean, what's this, you know, like it was a couple movies. He was in what was the HBO one with Jonathan Majors? He played he played a gay person in that movie, and he played Woody Harrelson. That's that shoot 'em up movie with Woody Harrelson. He plays one where Woody Harrelson pats him on the ass. Y'all remember that? Michael A. Williams, Woody Harrelson pats him on the ass. He's a prostitute, maybe it's a bordello, but he literally pats him on the ass. So, you know, like, why is it? And don't tell me that Europeans do it. Yeah, okay. Yes, they do it. They've been doing it. Yeah, they've all sold out. That's a good point. And what did he say? Was that cat that said, you know, told him to leave before midnight? That Denzel told him to leave before midnight? You know, leave before the party turns. And if you're still there, you're with it. I mean, that shit was going around. Like I talked about, I went to, I've said the guy's name. I ain't gonna say it now. I think he's dead though. But anyway, this pro basketball player played with the Cougars. We went to a party and it was wild. I said he had a house. The house had a tree in the middle. I bet we could probably look that house up, but that house had a tree in the middle and there was an atrium built around it. And what they did is they had the stairs like one end, but like all the other rooms was kind of around the atrium. So it's like a big giant atrium, but the rooms is off and then they got stairs that go off in that shit too. And yeah, it was straight up. You had to go in there and change clothes and shit. You ever been invited to somewhere and you got to change clothes? It's kind of that kind of deal. And it was like, shit, that shit was like all going. Whatever he was into was there. But I must say it was a lot of bitches up in there. Way more bitches up in there than niggas. And so, but yeah, it was wild. It was really wild. And that house was amazing. I mean, that motherfucking house. To see this giant ass old tree in there and the atrium is like, man, 40 feet maybe. I don't remember, but you know, it's a built atrium over that shit, and then a big hall that this shit is in, and then all the rooms was kind of around it. So, you'd walk across the tree and you'd walk to the rooms over there and then you could walk to rooms upstairs. Yeah, there's plenty of cocaine around. And, cocaine used to be a rich man's thing. Hey, Drill, how you doing? None said that there are 3 different doors, satanic, sacrifice, and rainbow. They say all one and the same, though. Yeah, they would be one and the same. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of the other way. When the party I went to, it wasn't a lot of man on man. I've said I had to punch out a barber, and I heard that his family was kind of in Greensboro, but I never really, saw any. Yeah, that wasn't going on. It was just mostly men and women. A lot of men and women involved, and a lot of cocaine. And this was before I was really dealing. I was still playing ball. I did a bumper here or there. I had never sat in a room where the motherfucker just had, 4 or 5 ounces just, moving around the room. I had never, that was the first time I ever saw it done like that. So, and I think I was a sophomore. I was still pretty young. Yeah, I'm probably 20, 19, 20 when I went through there. Went with a friend. And yeah, it was on. A bunch of bitches up in there and a bunch of screwing going on. It wasn't no screwing dudes though. It was mostly all women, and not mostly all. It was just women and men. It was just man on women thing. I didn't see any other. So, but it was a lot of men on women, like everywhere. Remember Marky Marcus had playing that Long John guy, John Holmes. And, the dude is, the porn guy, his wife is always screwing somebody outside in front of the house. And he looks at her and he says, Mars, what are you doing? And remember, he kills her in the end. Do y'all remember that? He kills her in the end. Remember Marky Mark was playing John Holmes when he was a junkie and shit. And he was, he was tricking out there and the motherfuckers picking him up. And one guy was like, can I see it? He was paying him just to let people see his meat. That's how desperate he was for cocaine money. He was prostituting and people, here you go. You want to see it? Here you go. You can see it. Remember, at the end of the movie, they show it. At the end of the fucking movie. But yeah, it can be some dark, dark places like that. Yeah, and you can, yeah, I mean, it's talked about and it can be avoided. But if you are in it and, you start drinking up that juice can get you. Yeah, boogie nights. Yep, boogie nights. Can I see it? Well, how much you going to give me for letting you see it? Like somebody's talking about Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I was right. I was right about this, y'all. I was right about this. I found it. We got to put him on the list. Yeah, I was right about this. Yeah, Richard Casper. I was right. Richard Casper just died. So he would be number 17. Richard Casper. I looked him up and it didn't say nothing. I told you I saw something earlier and it didn't reappear. Richard Casper. He was 75. He played for the Jets and the Raiders. And Raiders was my AFC team. The New York Jets mourn the loss of former tight end wide receiver Richard Casper, who passed away at the age of 75. Casper's NFL career is marked by his remarkable performance on the field, leading to 3 Pro Bowl selections over a 13-year span. It doesn't say all pro. Casper was a serene departure occurred in his Long Island home during sleep after contending with prolonged illness. Okay, so he'd been sick. Having a second-round draft choice for the Jets. Oh, he came from Jackson State. Okay. Consummated. See, this was year the merger was about to happen. I think the merger was 71. Casper consummated his professional journey with 322 receptions, accumulating 5,500 yards and 45 touchdowns. Wow. 8 seasons. He was a stalwart for the developing Jets. He came after the Super Bowl. He was one of Joe Namath. So he benefited from playing with Joe Namath. Standing 6'5", weighing 228. Initially entered the league as receiver, boasting a 40-yard dash. Woo, 4.5. But you know what? Your boy, I could run a 4.4. When I played at A&T, I was running a consistent 4.4. Must say that. I was running 4.4. But anyway, here we go. However, the Jets positioned him at tight end, benefiting greatly from his unique blend of size and velocity. Reflecting on his past strategies during the interview, he described his competitive edge. He noted the defenses many teams would assign a linebacker to a tight end, a matchup that often worked it is favored because of his swiftness. Castor's Pro Bowl appearance was 72, 74, and 75. Underscores is excellent, and he stands 10th on the franchise for most yards, receiving yards. Notably, in the second week of the season, Castor showcased his skill by securing 3 touchdowns for Namath, contributing to a victory over the Colts. After his tenure with the Jets, he extended the career with the Oilers, Saints, Redskins. He played with the Raiders, too. He even partook in a game for Washington during their Super Bowl season. During his Jets, he expressed pride in his longevity. I thought he played for the Raiders, too. No. Castor position football, played both tight end. Also, Castor primarily played for just also Houston Saints. I thought he played for the Raiders. Wow. Said, did Castor win a Super Bowl? Yes, he played one game for the Washington team that won the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean really played. I thought this cat played for the Raiders too. Okay, well, Richard Castor. I got that right. I got that. So he did pass. Yep. So he was probably one of Bell. Eddie Bell was his other favorite target with Don Maynard. So he got, he benefited from playing with Joe. There's one cat that really benefited from. So, yep. Not Raiders, Jets, mostly Jets. So Richard Castor is number 17. So they went and told the family, the numbers work. It's time to call him. And there's nothing you can do but say, okay. I wonder, how is imitation crab really made? Is an umbrella term used to describe food, manipulated? You guys, I like it. I like imitation crab, but what is it? It's whitefish. Something else. In one form or another, imitation crab has been made for centuries, means surprising, delighting those eating. For example, raw vegetables have long been carved to resemble flour. Imitation foods, blah, 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 blah. What does this say? What is this stuff? Imitation crab, also a cheap alternative to expensive food. For instance, imitation crab allows those unable to purchase actual crab, whether economic or you don't live around crab. It's also those who want to eat crab without contributing to the environment. Okay, as a cheap mass-produced alternative to crab meat, imitation crab is widely used as a modern food system, appearing in grocery stores. It's not as bad. What is it? Imitation crab is not completely artificial food. Imitation crab is predominantly made from surimi, a fish-based paste. What? Completely artificial. It is predominantly made from a surimi, a fish-based paste that was created in the 12th century. At this time, excess was made by salting and grinding up excessive fish to preserve it. Modern surimi is made from ground up fresh fish, but thanks to it, other ingredients process is much more stable. This allows it to be formed into a product that resembles crab, like imitation lobster or imitation scallops. Alaskan pollock is the most often used to make samurai. Consequently, this mild white fish is not popular when sold under its name. As a result, it stands as a sustainable source of fish thanks to its natural abundance. When customers learn the samurai and imitation crab often made from wild caught fish, their opinions of the product seem to change. Wow. Okay. As seen, imitation crab is made from ground up fresh, usually Alaskan pollock. This makes it distinctly different from other crab, which is of course sourced from a variety of crab breeds. Due to its difference, imitation crab is also distinct product, 100 gram serving. Okay. Yeah, some bullshit. Hey, Jamar, 3224, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. So I don't know. I like it, but it doesn't look like it's bad. First, the fish must be caught and cleaned. So what is this? Oh, this is the Alaskan pollock. It's catchy. It's for you to know that Alaska pollock is a preferred species. This fish is found in north great quantities. All pollock population with requisite found to be substantially managed and not overfished. Pollock is caught by trawling, pulling large open fishing nets in the water. Despite these large nets that are used, the bycatch, accidental catching is minimal. The National Ocean, this should be legal. So that's how they make it. During the deboning process is done by hand. The flesh is cleaved from the bone before shredded. Okay. Then it's looking like this shit here. They put that sumarized shit to it. Sugar and sorbitol. added to the paste. These ingredients allow the paste to be frozen without taking away its property. Addition to achieve a crab-like texture. Wow. Formed into imitation crab. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I don't mind it. I can buy real crab, though. It's not that expensive. Target sells real crab. The little plastic containers. Get some crackers. That shit is good in the motherfucker. Miley Cyrus, like, it's like music you never fucking hear. And you know this shit. But if Killer Mike, I'll listen to Killer Mike tomorrow. Try to see if I can get into it. I listen to mostly jazz nowadays. I listen to a lot of jazz, especially with my daughter. You know, I don't really listen to rap a whole lot. Like we took my wife's car, or my other car, my wife's car, the car she takes mostly. And I don't know, when I reset my phone, it's not connected anymore. So I've got to reconnect it to her car again. It's reconnected to my car, but not hers. So I generally play jazz when we're riding. Tomorrow's going to be nice. So, you know, it's not getting dark until shit. By the time I get her home and get home, it's just going to turn dark. No Monday night games, though. 20 cities that deserve NBA expansion teams. Yeah, okay. They're already, the NBA sucks. Why are you going to bring in more sucky teams? Oh, David Chappelle won. He wins 5th comedy album Grammy for What's in a Name. So David Chappelle won. He won a Grammy. I didn't know he had one out. So he won a Grammy tonight too. I forgot to light my candle. Didn't light it today. Oh, and then let me see. Get into shoes. What is they called? Jordan 9s, 11s. What is the ones they might have in this commercial? Yeah, block that shit. They ain't gonna have them. Not them. They won't have them. Oh, let's see. They've been showing me them one Nikes all night. The GT3s. See if they show those again. Because, you know, they're like, well, do you want to be in line for them? Well, just give us your credit card number. And when they come out, yeah, you know you're going to send me a pair of them. I ain't paying $200 for them. If I'm paying $200, it's going to be some more LeBrons or some the 38s. Damn, if I'm going to pay $200 for them old shoes. I'm not really a big fan of the old versions, bringing them back. I don't know, though. You know, you never know. Sometime, you know, I guess you just look at the outfit and shit, and the outfit looks good. Is that it? You know, it's like, the outfit looks good, but the shoes ain't comfortable, but the outfit looks good. I'd rather have comfort. I would rather have comfort than, you know, the shoes just looking good. So that's what I pick, you know, the comfort. But if you just like the style, which I understand, you know, nothing wrong with that. What time is it? Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Now going, yeah, good. I'm over 2 hours. Okay. That's what I wanted to do. Music could fight off dementia. A study hails this profound impact. Music and dancing. Music and dancing can help. And, you know, wearing this, you know. And so, you know, you want to do things to, you know, stimulate your mind. You want something to try to, you know, keep those neurons going. And there's only so many things you can do. And, you know, put good things in your guts. Because guts seems to, you know, dementia and guts. I'm playing the old joints. The new ones are comfortable. Yeah, the old shoes are not comfortable. They're not comfortable at all. The old shoes are not comfortable. They are just not. Like, yeah, I don't wear the older kind I got. You know, I'm like, yeah, I can't wear them. I'll tell you what, though. Like, I don't like hardly any of the new Adidas. I haven't tried on the Anthony Edwards. I haven't tried on the James Hardings. But I'll tell you, I like the crazy ones. I wear my foot pads in with them, and they're fine. I like the way the top molds to your foot, too. They'll probably be a good pickleball shoe. I might try to play pickleballs in those, too. because they really mold the top of your foot, which I like about the crazy ones. That's why I might end up getting another pair of those. My brother-in-law finally, he loved them. He saw them. I had to show him how to find them. He's like, man, I can't find them anywhere. I'm like, man, okay, I'll find them for you. And he bought 2 pair. I think he got the all black pair. He bought 2 pair of them. You know, he don't want to wear them around me and shit because he thought I might have them on. Be like that commercial with, what's the linebacker's name and Stephen Diggs. I thought the email said that you wasn't wearing yours. Do I got to change? We look ridiculous. Ridiculous. And that's why, you know, this place, it's shit. You can go to a place packed and ain't nobody dressed like you. It's so, like here, really, this is a clothes paradise. It really is. No tax on clothes. If you don't dress nice here, it's like ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So, you know, the week has started, Super Bowl countdown, you know, Richard Glasper, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big tribute for them. And I still think, you know, I don't know, Taylor making Grammy history. I just don't think that's good for the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes' daddy going down. I don't think that's good for the Chiefs. You got to break them retros in, the newer designs. Yeah, you do. You do. I've been wearing, I got that pair I told you that of the Doc Martens, the kind of tennis shoe Doc Martens. I've been trying to wear them, break them in. Because Doc Martens do kind of mold to your foot. So I do like that. Oh, when is this? We might be able to count this one. When did he? When did he die, though? Oh, when did he die? He played in the Olympics. This cat played in the Olympics. Doesn't really say when he died. Yeah, you got a taste of it. He's a 1958. But again, he didn't get a big taste, but he got a little taste of it. What is it? Last surviving member. Sweden team. 58 World Cup. Yeah, he definitely drank from it. We'll count him. His name was Kurt Hamrin, excuse me. World Cup. And he was 89 years old. So, you know, he didn't take a big drink, but he take enough that we count him. We take enough because they're mentioning it during the Super Bowl, so they're counting it. So if they count it, we're going to count it. Let me see if I can find it in here. I know they're going to just load these, but they might load the other ones. No. Let's see. Whoops. Nope. They're not. I see. Okay, is this? Oh. No, they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not going to. Because I think I have these, but they're just gray. I think I got these in gray. I'm sending them to my boy. They're just gray. I think I got these in gray though. Let's see. Oh, I can just go into Nike. There we go. Where we at? Jordans. Okay. All right. These aren't bad. I think these are in the stores now. These are your thing. Okay. This would probably match a lot of outfits. I could see that. These are the Gore-Tex, the waterproof ones. Are these just for women? Yeah, these are the new 38 lows. I'm probably getting them. What colors they got? What's the other color? I don't really. This is a little better. That one's a little better. Oh, they're out of them? Let's see. Let's go back. Oh, they're out of them on my size. Okay. What about these ugly motherfuckers? Okay. I got plenty of my size. 13s, 14s. Okay. I don't know. I'll wait for another color. I don't really like those. This is kind of new. A couple weeks out now, I think. It's been out for a while. These are, not bad. $93. I always like this combination of them. I thought that combination is cool. I don't know. I'm not Jordan 3 kind of guy, so 6 rings. Don't mind them. Pretty comfortable. Yeah, these aren't comfortable. No, pass. These are coming out. I think these come out this weekend or next weekend. 200 big ones. I like the color. I mean, shit, I got a pair of corduroys that would match these like a motherfucker. They that color. My corduroys is this color. And I had the black and red ones like these when they originally came out. I like hooping in them too. Those was the good ones to hoop in. Yeah, these were good shoes when they first came out. So these come out they come out next weekend. Next weekend they're coming out. So you want a pair, you can go be in the stores or order a pair. See, the Michigan, no, it's black, isn't it? I kind of like these. I like these. I think that would be a fun shoe right there. Of course, I think that'd be a fun shoe to have. What do you think? 13s are comfortable. Yep. Go between GOAT or StockX because they run out of your shoe you want. They may be cheaper than retail. That's a good point. If I want them, yeah. I do have these 6 rings. Winterized. These are pretty cheap. I don't know if I'm going to grab any. I do like, these are cool. I've seen these. These are kind of cool. Pass. Again, the low 2s. I think these 2s. Yeah, low 2s coming out. I don't know. I guess you can get this in custom. Pass. I like this color scheme. This color scheme ain't bad. Pass. It's Tatum's old ones. You look like the Tin Man and shit. You had these motherfuckers on. You look like the Tin Man and shit. Luka's. Tatum's, Luka's. Good deal. Not, for if you wanted you had to buy shoes. These ain't bad shoes to buy your kids or your children. 130 is not a bad deal. This is what I got married in. I have those. Slides. These are Luka 2s. Ugly. The golf shoes. Never liked these. When they first came out, didn't like them. Golf shoes. Not bad. You know what sustainable material means? It means they're going to give you a stupid, fucked up box. That's what it means. These women's. I don't know. They look like suede. I like suede. I don't know if that's enough to get a pair. I don't know if that's enough to get another pair. How are these selling? No, still. They don't have the big shoes. Okay. How my size selling? Yeah, they're all out of my size, the older ones. What about these? Yeah, people don't like these. Yeah, people don't like these at all. Look at that. Okay, these are kind of selling. I don't mind that. That would match a lot. That would definitely match a lot. Never liked these. It's like if you couldn't afford the more expensive pair, you couldn't afford Jordans, you'd get these when Team Jordan first came out. Another 6 rings. I don't mind. That's not bad. Actually, I have this color scheme. It's just got the air unit under it. So, whatever your thing is. You know me. I like the Ant-Man Adidas. Yeah, they got that blue one that is kind of official. I talked to a dude, though. One dude said they was kind of hard to put on. That's all I really know. Dude was like, yeah, they're kind of hard to put on. But he said that was his only knock. that day was hard to put on. Let's see. Hoodies and pullovers. Oh, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't really bad. I like prints. Okay, you can get the fleece in big sizes. Okay. None of this shit. She's cute. Yeah, pass. I like sewed on things. This ain't bad. It's just sewed on Jordan. Looks like it. 3 colors. This one's the nicest. What do they got pants to this? They show pants? They got pants to that? They ain't shows him in pants. Okay, the pants is a different material they show him with. Huh. This might work. What is it, 90 bones? Oh, member product. Okay. I don't like none of this shit. Look, Converse. You see the Converse All-Star? Well, I know it's the All-Star game. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this worth $155? Had an NBA All-Star, jacket. Is this worth $155? Remember, sustainable material means they're gonna give it to you in a fucked up, cheap ass box. I don't know if that's worth $155. These have been pretty much, you can get deals on these. Michigan, without a doubt, champs. And this is Jordan. But see, I don't like this print. If you ain't sewed in, I don't really buy them anymore. I don't buy prints anymore. I like it sewed in. If it's not sewed in, I don't really want it. What are these? See, these are all print shit. Prints. It's cheap when they print it. At least it's print. Yeah, it looks like a print. My bad. 4 weeks. Actor 4 weeks ago. Okay. Actor and Adrian Canto died at 42. Okay. Does that warm up you have pants? Yeah, I think so. Which one are you talking about? Mine? I got the golden needle. I got all the golden needle with the black trim. Yeah, it got the pants with it too. Here's Michigan. Where'd I go? I passed Michigan. Oh. Yeah, see, I don't like this shit. Oh, here's Michigan. Still print. It's better when it's sewed in. A lot of pushing all this college stuff. Baseball about to start. So that's what's new from Nikes. Just hoodies, sweatshirts, crew necks. Let's see what they're doing with crew necks. Oh, not a lot of crew necks. Now I got to get for my cursive Adidas, I got to get the pants to them. Okay. The new NBA All-Star. Oh, no, they didn't have pants to them. No, they didn't have pants to them. The shooting shirt, yeah, they didn't have pants to them. It was just the top. Yeah, no pants, just top. And that's why I got to get some Nike pants, too. I don't have that many. I think the last pair I had, I got a bunch of champion pants. So I got to get some more champion pants. And I got to get a couple golden needle bottoms. I got a bunch of gold needle tops, so I got to get a couple more pair of gold needle bottles. A guy named John Irwin died, TV personality. Okay, let's look him up. What is it? Irvin. Oh. Let's see if we can find him. Let's see, John Irving. Oh, okay. I can find it here. Let's see. Let's see. It's not really saying when he died. Oh, right here it says he's still alive. But when is this? He's 81 years old. Let's see if we can find anywhere else. Oh, videos John Irving's death, 2015. What? Huh. Is this the same guy? Huh. Johnny Irving. Okay. Let's go that. Let's try that. What in the hell? Oh yeah, this cat did die. He was young. Yeah, this cat was young. Was an English television presenter, writer, lecturer, a place in the sun, BBC dude. Yeah, he was young. Wow. Irwin, yeah. Irwin, I got it. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Year of the Dragon. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. 24, Year of the Dragon. So this cat, he was, man, what did it make him? 50. Wow. Johnny Irvin, he's number 19. Thank you, James Gant. Irwin, yeah, Johnny Irwin. And Johnny Irwin, English cat. He was 50 years old. English. What they call him a presenter, writer, English writer, I guess. Put a TV too. So we're up to 19. That makes 19. Joe Madison. Really? Is that another name? Joe Madison? I'll look that one up. Whoops. Damn, I'm fucking up. So this cat right here. This cat right here. This is Joe Madison. Damn, he ain't got no style. He got on FUBU or Fila. Okay, let's see if we can get into. So this is his radio show. So this is Joe Madison. Okay. Let's cut it there. Okay. So this cat. Bring that back. Okay. Right here. I think we counted him. Let me see my list. Did I count him already? Nope, I didn't. Okay. Joe Madison, number 20. And he was a radio. He died at 74. Radio. Okay. And I will put a list up. I'll put a list up. So it says right here, a radio personality and civil rights advocate died this week at 74, according to websites. Madison, known as the Black Eagle, brought his passion for justice from the civil rights movement to the airways. He passed away following a long battle with cancer. He spent the years working with the NAACP, launching his broadcasting career, becoming a longtime radio voice in D.C. And it looks like he worked for the beast right behind him. Cyrus, are you serious? Known for addressing current issues that affect the African American community. He comes from a tradition of activism. Who cares about his early life? The beast got him now because you tasted it. You took that drink and they get you. Thank you very much. Jockey Keegan Kirby. Keegan Kirby. Let's look him up. Let's see. What is it? Where are we at? Damn. Wow, is this? Wow. Who was Keegan Kirby? Jockey dies after falling from his horse in Kent. Kent must be England. Okay, this was 11. Okay. 24-year-old jockey after falling from his horse at an event in Charing, Kent on Sunday. Seven who paid tribute. Falling from his horse. Wow. Kirby's horse ran out through the wing of a fence on the second circuit of the final lap. Jockey had been nominated. His death was mourned by the loss of the horse racing world. So yeah, we got to count him. This is Keegan Kirby. And he was 23. 25. He was 25 horse race jockey. All right. And I think you guys put another name out there. What was the other name? Barry Johns. Okay, let's look up Barry. Oh, I see him. This motherfucker, I didn't want that shit. Okay, let's put it again. I found him. Oh, here we go. Wow, the beast wants a lot of these English people paying. It's another English. Barry John. The world gents often overused sport. In the case Barry John seems more fitting. The Wales and Lions fly half has died at the age of 79 after passing another Welsh legend. Now defeated Scotland and carried off on Saturday. Statement released by his family. Fly half factory has churned some of the players out, so he died of 79. '79 English soccer. English soccer. So he must have ran a factory or some shit. He was from Welch. He was Wall's first half factory. Chimes up, blah, blah. Brilliant Phil succeeded in number 10, most really down the points machine. Let's go. He had been the star turn on the Victorious Lions tour in New Zealand in 71. Had been on Losing Lions tour in 68, but despite the wretched weather in New Zealand, he would be tackles groping thin air. This was John at his zenith. He scored 188 points on tour, and it wasn't just this elusive running that locals doffing their caps as accurate goal kicking and tactical awareness. But in the blink of an eye, John was gone. Wales was denied a Grand Slam the following year because of the troubles in Ireland. John caught it today at 27. Wow, he compared to somebody else. So he tasted it, so the beast got him. Segun, let me see another name. Segun, let's see, Segun. Let's see, in the world of sports, can we find more? S-E-G-U-N. Let's see, Mano, right? Oh, Arnu. Oh, didn't pop up. Arnu, let's see, gun. Get that right? Yep. Where am I at? Arnu. Nigerian monarch. Damn. Nigerian monarch shot dead and wife kidnapped. God damn. Our men have shot a traditional ruler and kidnapped his wife plus one other person in western Nigeria. Attackers stormed the palace. A retired army general and monarch officials' title is said on Thursday. It's not clear who the gunmen were or whether they were demanding a ransom. The latest killing induction comes days after commanders to demand a state emergency to deal with the issue. Wow. I won't count him. Yeah, I'm not going to count him in the sports world. He's not really, I don't think we can count him. He's not really in true entertainment world. I don't think he's part of the entertainment world, but thank you. We'll keep an eye on him to see if it has a significance later on. Because, we'll go through all these. I'm going to go through all these next Saturday next Saturday. And we'll try to see if all this together makes sense. We finally try to hone it in to see, because right now I'm really just looking at some of the formations and the rush of San Francisco. I'm really thinking they're going to win. And so that's kind of where I am at with it right now. I've got to look at some more film and make more analysis. But right now I'm still sticking everything I see. It still, to me, points to it. What kind of, Ewing? Nobody wants these ugly ass Ewings. Okay, I'm sleepy. All right. I guess I'll philosophize for a few minutes. I need to go to sleep. And I won't be back on until Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'm only 4 nights a week. That's a lot better for me. Better for me. And I guess I'll close and say like this. It's like, is being satisfied a good thing? When you think you've achieved everything, is it a good thing to think, to be satisfied? Or should we always strive, for more? And not gluttony. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just saying as men and women, adults, as we pursue whatever we're pursuing, should it ever come a time where we're just satisfied? And I've said before, I'm not really upgrading any of this equipment until I change this room around. So whenever we take all this out of here, and I might even paint and redo the lights and all that. So I'm satisfied with everything as far as that. I'm not putting the other equipment together yet. This is enough for what I'm doing until we change the room around. Oh, I got some posters made and shit too. That's really turned out. Really turned out good. We're getting a lot of the wedding pictures together stuff. And that picture I use with me and my sons, I got a big old poster of it. So that turned out pretty good. And there's a picture of me and my daughter. And we'll get a couple frames for that, for one for her and one for me. And, you know, I want to say this, like getting married, I made a, you know, it makes a, how do I want to say this? Like for a family, like when people get married, what it does for a family, it starts a timeline. And you could say that, you know, the combining of the families is the timeline, but it's more than that, you know, especially if you have people involved, because people always go back, well, they got married then. And, you know, like my daughter think back and like, oh, that's around dad got married. So it creates a timeline that is a definitely point in history for both families. So keep that in mind. You know, those of you that are married, you created a time wave right there. Combining two families, that's something that's right there that people reflect on and look back at as a marker. That's the word I'm more looking for. You created a marker in time for your families. And that's the, you know, importance of it. It's permanent right there. It's a permanent thing. I mean, yes, you know, people can get divorced and stuff, but it's also a permanent mark in the family. So one of these damn things came out. Yeah, it did. And so that's definitely the benefit of it for sure. You know, it's a marker in the family. But going back to what I was saying is, you know, like how are you satisfied? Like what else? Like if you have everything that you really want, you know, what is in you to make you want to keep going further, pursuing just different kind of things. Like I'm the cat where, you know, any information put out there, especially books, I kind of, if it's something my thing, you know, I kind of go for it. And, you know, like, you know, I showed this book and, you know, it's like this book, you know, Turtle Gang talked about this book and how impressive it was. But again, this is not by an archaeologist. This is this is the Princeton. They held some of these things. So it's a guy giving overall opinion compared to this cat that's an archaeologist. He's going just about by pretty much facts and the facts of where you find the culture. And he gives time periods of the culture. And again, this was made in 1969, so, you know, a lot of black and white pictures, but the information is outstanding. And I know the brother always gets on people, you know, for just talking about the heads. And, you know, there's so much more. You know, I talk more about the hero twins than the heads. But if you think this tells you about the culture, you're wrong. This doesn't tell you about the culture. This is speculative. And then when they talk about the shaman, that's why they show this picture. They're trying to tell you that these people were shamans. And, you know, I've proven that they weren't. So the book is valuable because it's a lot of pictures I didn't have. But as far as the information about the culture, it's not a very good book. It's not really a very good book. Especially, you know, you study enough. So it's no shade to him, but it's like, you know, if you think that book talks about the culture, it really doesn't, bro. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm saying somebody that's really studied this, you know, really studied this. I don't talk about how they look. That's beyond. And, you know, it's like these books say that, you know, the bones was found and all of them went away. I got a picture of people with bones and they found the DNA and they've said the DNA ain't niggas from Africa. You know, I talked about that. I showed that article. They say the DNA ain't niggas from Africa. It ain't Siberians. It shows that there was melanated people that would be considered what you call black folks. Not Indians, Well, Indian is an American word because there was no place called India when Columbus came. So for them trying to say they got the word from India, no, it was called Hindustan. When Columbus was alive, it was called Hindustan. So that word is particularly for the Americas. It's not a word they got from India. They made that shit up too. That's what they got from here. So. And so that just goes to, are you satisfied? Or is there more that you quest for? And it's like the problem of being young is that horniness thing is like always on your mind. That's a problem being young, where you're always thinking about getting some. And I was the same way when I was younger. It's interesting kind of thing. As you get older, it's less important to you as it was then. As young, I would just, I'd like, baby, I'm keeping my face down here. I'm staying down here all night. I'm not leaving it. But as you get older, it changes. It really changes. It doesn't mean that you don't enjoy it just as much. It's just not on your mind. Like, it seems like that's a kind of a curse of being young. Pussy's on your mind all the time. I mean, a nigga would drive through a snowstorm. Nigga would drive from somewhere like Chicago to Detroit in a snowstorm to get some pussy. Motherfucker like, hey, I can see through these deep ass flakes, but I'm gonna make it. But that's what people do. That's what people do. And that's okay. That's your thing. That's okay. But the women, like even it should come a point in your life where even just, collecting women become old. Because the family is the basic still of America, is the family. If you still having the mentality that, you just collected women, what are you doing for your family? When are you going to start a family? And, families ain't for everybody. So, but that's kind of the heartbeat of America, is the family. It's just remarkable how sharp this shit still is. Like, it's really remarkable. Hit somebody with this and one of them, the knife fight is, when you knife fight for somebody, you're trying to hit them in their thighs. Your first moves is, you go across and then you return. But a knife guy, he's going to try to hit your thigh to sever that artery in your leg. So most people will be up here trying to protect. The guy with a knife is trying to hit your thigh to sever that artery in your leg. And the way they're taught is you cut, and when you come back, you cut again. Or it's like an X, you come up, and then you come back down. And then you start the X on the other side, and then you come out. It's fucking reflected. Oh, there we go. It's reflecting like a motherfucker. Or you can just shoot them. Or you can just shoot them. But sometimes this is all you got. This will stick in somebody's head. It's called a deterrence. If they ain't got a knife, and I got one, might keep them off me so I can run away. Because that's the thing, is to run away, to try it another day. But that's just, like what gives you inspiration to want to try something different, want to try more? What do you get inspiration from? And then does there come a point in your life where you say, hey, this is it, no more trying to, pursue whatever the goal is, whatever the happiness is. Or I'm going to go a little less at it. I mean, that does come a time with that too. And where you can be satisfied. Where you can be satisfied. So, that's a little elderly advice. Man, I killed these cigars. I had a couple hours, I ate them up. Sucked all the sweet out of them. I don't think I could ever smoke one, though. Maybe in the summertime, but I've never smoked one of these little ones. and I've been chewing on them for a couple years now. Tobacco is quite the little when they get you. But there's nothing wrong with looking back at your life and reflecting and saying, that this went good and this went bad. That's natural. That's the one problem with meditating is the thing that comes back is past memories. Like when you're meditating, you're trying to, really get into just yourself, and what comes back is memories. So a lot of people don't know, how to, clear those out, because it's easy to get stuck in a memory, because that's what's happening is you're so relaxed, and the way memories are, it's easy to oh, you remember when this nice happened, instead of clearing it all out and then seeing what comes in, because memories are how can I say this? It's like now, this is one thing that is probably is real. It's like all thoughts. Like when they talk about the cloud, and I'm I was way more sharper about this, but all thoughts go to one spot. I mean, some people want to say the sun, some people say the moon, but all thoughts, there is a place that every thought is. There's no doubt about that, and that's what makes it seem really artificial. Because there's not a thought that hasn't been thought before, really, other than if you invent something new. And really, when you have a thought that is so different, I mean, there's things that take notice of that, because most of what we think of is, other people have thought about it. And I'm not talking about making money, but I'm just saying, just generally thinking. Now, of course, we all have our inspirations and things like that, but just general thoughts, you ain't thinking too much that some other motherfucker ain't thought. Think about that. The things you think about, other people think about that shit more than what you would think they do. And I'm not saying they're thinking about you. I'm just saying your general thoughts. Like take, like we was talking about some of these news things. A lot of people read that and took that information in. It was like, oh, and the same thought you had. Like when I heard, earlier, I heard the guy was talking about a vigilante death. When he was talking to me before the other guy even said it, I thought Death Wish, Charles Bronson. And sure enough, the cop ends up saying it. So, so all the thoughts are in one place. Maybe that's a little West Pernary's work. I don't quite remember. But that does appear to be, and that shows artificial if there are no new thoughts. I mean, think about that. There really aren't any new thoughts. And I'm not talking about what you're doing every day. I'm just thinking about everything we think about has pretty much already been thought before. Now, of course, technology is going to change some of that, but I'm just saying basic thoughts without the use of technology. In terms and stuff, I'm just saying general thoughts. Like, you see the shit they supposed to show, the better pictures from Mars, and all of a sudden it's like, who cares? Or you get suckered in like, oh, that shit literally looks good. They got them cameras on Mars. It looks good. They told you that they shot something to the moon and the shit was upside down. Why would they need to tell you that? That something went to the moon and the motherfucker, they landed upside down and seemed to can't, like a turtle, can't turn itself upright. Why do you think they need to tell you that? And I mean, your thoughts are manipulated too. You listen to the radio, you listen to TV. They're definitely, things to manipulate you. Like we was talking about music. I mean, definitely if you listen to a European station, it's going to play the same 8 songs all day. Popular music that just plays mostly pop, they're going to play the same 8 songs every day. And they usually hit it about 3 weeks at a time. 3 weeks at a time, they'll play 1 or 2 songs during the day, but during an 8-hour period, you're going to hear just the same 8 songs in an 8-hour period. You might hear 1 or 2 new ones, but mostly the same 8 for about 3 weeks. And then they'll give you some of the 8 with a couple new songs added. But that's how they brainwash you into, And I would work with people and they wouldn't even hear this shit. I could tell it was just noise for them. What they call white noise. Where, because to me, that used to drive me crazy to hear the same music over and over again. Worse is having to listen to country music all day. That's the worst. That's the worst. I used to, bring in some headphones or some shit. I'm not listening to that shit all day. But even with that, it was the same thing. Now, you don't see that as much, when you listen to especially radio, you listen to brothers and sisters music, they put a little more, it's not the same push. But you listen to European pop stations, that's given right there. Same 8 songs for 3 weeks, every day, all day. You work 8 hours, you're going to see the same 8 songs, almost a song hour. But no, it's the same ones, played over and over again, over and over again. That's how they make them hits. Gets into, your psyche and shit. You might buy it on your phone or whatever. Start listening and streaming it. I mean, that's how they try to influence, by repetitive. And that's the whole word. It ain't just black folks. Everybody likes repetitive, catchy, So, it's those are traps to try to avoid, Keep your own mind. Don't let the song, play over and over again in your head. Enjoy it and let it go. And, that's why I listen to, so many different things. I listen to music when I get ready. I listen to someone rapping or a book or something when I'm sitting there drinking coffee, getting ready. Always keeping my mind occupied. And then I read. I should write every day. As you get older, you definitely should write. Debate. That's why I like doing this, because it keeps my mind sharp. And I'm watching myself. I know it's times where I just be thinking, reflecting, and just like quiet too long. I look at myself like, you was quiet too long. I was fucking. Sometime I cover this motherfucker, I'll be blitzed too. I'll be blitzed like a motherfucker, but still wanting to philosophize. You dig? But PJ, me and you need to get together, do something. I know Mac Bone been wanting to do something, so stay with me. Again, when I change things around, I can fly y'all in, and then we can do it here. So those could be possibilities too. I wonder if I want to talk about this thing, and I don't know as it comes, but I talked about it before. So this is my son. So my wife goes and picks up my son. My daughter and I had to take her to go to practice. So my son comes over and, he kicks it with us. He doesn't want to eat, which surprised me, because usually first thing he does, he come over, he goes in there. Then when she takes him home, he's like, well, things aren't going so, and I think I'm going to have to move in with you guys for a few months. And you know how that few months things goes. And it's like, the thing I get frustrated about is my other apartment, I told him to keep it. I said, this place is affordable. This place is near where you work. And the other place, I had found another place where if I didn't move and get married, I could have got. And actually for him to get it, I got, it was in my name, But looking back, it wasn't the right move. He should have kept the other place. It was cheaper, way cheaper. And the other place, even though it had more bedrooms and central air, it was more of a dump. It really was. You could hear the person walking up top. I mean, it's just, it was like, I'm glad I didn't have to live there. So it was okay, but not really. It was better to live on top, I think, there, because the floors, man, you could hear everything. You could hear everything. You was fucking up in that bed upstairs. You downstairs under them, you could hear that shit. So they were more expensive. Yes, they had central air, but they were dumpy. They were dump, especially his apartment was kind of a dump. And, he just gets overconfident when he does things. A lot like his mother, it's like, but I tried to tell him. Didn't listen to me. So, I don't know. We get along, but sometimes we don't get along. So, it's like, I don't know. It's like my daughter's room is her room. Like, nobody's sleeping in that room. Every now and then, if my wife gets to snoring so bad, I lay in it every now and then, but ain't nobody staying there. She already, at first felt like it was just a guest room. And here, I guess the 4 nights a week that I do broadcast, motherfucker can sleep somewhere else, I guess. But like all my shit's in here too. My all my altars, So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but he's a good guy for the most part. So we'll see how it goes. But it's just funny. He didn't want to talk to me. And then she's like, call him. I'm like, no, mother, go talk to me. Because, I'm the final decision. I'll take his ass in the city and put him in one of them homeless camps, buy him a good tent and shit. Hey, we'll look at other tents. Like, hell, you got a good tent, buddy. Huh. It's kind of cool outside now. It says 27, but it's going to be warm today. It is definitely going to be warm. I don't really have nothing to do. I ain't got to get up till around noonish. Cuts off dream of man. Huh, what is this? Huh, what is this? I'm trying to figure this story out. Huh, okay. I find this a little interesting. It says, death cuts off dreams of man recently freed after 30 years in prison. Jeremy Harris holds his newborn daughter. Man, he didn't wait long to get him some. Died 8 months ago after getting out of prison just before the birth of his he's holding his granddaughter. No, it says holds his newborn daughter just before the birth of his granddaughter. Harris served 33 years but he exonerated. Lee Harris died just as he's embarking on the final chapter of a life interrupted. He's 68 here. He spent 33 years in prison, convicted of murder. During his 3 decades of incarceration, he attained a college associate's degree, volunteered in prison ministries, and directed gospel choirs, all while trying to prove his innocence. 8 months before his death last Thanksgiving. Why are they showing now? He died last Thanksgiving. The Chicago man finally won back his freedom. When he started serving time, he was a young married father from Cabrini Green who had helped organize youth programs and anti-violence events. This is why they got him. Worked for prominent figures such as Jane Byrne and Jesse White. Harris also was a self-admitted hustler and petty thief. Okay. Harris was also a self-admitted hustler and petty thief on parole for burglary. When he was arrested him in 1989, murder of a promising young graduate student, they cited his shifting stories. He would later say he'd been foolish and repeating police told him to say I on collecting a $25,000 reward. I ain't no angel, he told Chicago Tribune, but I didn't hurt no one. I'm a thief, but I've never violated my life. The crime was horrific. Our Marcellus abducted a 24-year-old from the lobby of her Gold Coast apartment building, forced her to withdraw money from automated teller machine, and left her unconscious in a nearby alley with a bullet in her forehead. It would be years before the case against Harris finally unraveled as allegations of police misconduct, mistaken witness identification, an unreliable jailhouse snitch, and other constitutional violations. Okay, Harris returned to a much-changed city foreign to him. His former home, Cabrini Green, was gone. Had been demolished, replaced by new retail and sleek condos. Fox spent part of his childhood, Cabrini told she met Harris, blah, blah, blah. To me than prison, but he was scared of world foreign to me, she said. I am tried in that moment to assure him that he would be okay. Did indeed adapt. He had recently filed a federal lawsuit against the city and several officers who framed him. He had big plans, but fate decided otherwise. Hours after posing for a Thanksgiving photo while carrying a plump turkey, he was found dead in his niece's home. He died of natural causes. In the wake of his death, family of the slain woman, the victim of the never been solved, pledged to continue the antibody work. So, wow. Okay. Died. 66-year-old man just dies. Okay. All right. I guess so. 6 reasons to buy gold coins. Give me the 6. Okay. Wait, gold is at 238. Where they showed it to me. Where was it? Okay. 6 reasons to buy 1 ounce gold bars. So you're about $2,000. To add safety to your investments, gold can be considered a safe haven for several reasons. Gold tends to perform well when stock values decline, economic conditions are uncertain. For potential tax advantages, investing in 1 ounce gold coin can come with tax benefits. For example, if you purchase gold as part of a gold IRA, you could see tax benefits one or two ways. Traditional gold, you purchase your gold on a pre-tax basis. Roth Gold IRA, the value of a gold will grow tax-free. That's nice. These are nice. To hedge against inflation, to play on the collectability factor, to take advantage of high liquidity. Gold is a highly liquid. It can be easily bought and sold in different forms. It's easy to store. So, reasons why you should buy gold. Damn, I'm over 3. Okay, I better go. 4 o'clock. Yeah, I better go. I got in 3 hours. That's what I was trying to do. Give you your Black history. Black history, right on. Right on. It's Black history. Right on. Right on, brother. Dance with me, baby, baby, dance with me. Forest fires kills 112 in China's worst disaster since earthquake. Okay. All right. A lot of bucktooth Billy bullshit. Well, positive words to leave by. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. If you still fucking with people and you fucking with them, you better forgive them. Because you fucking with them, you didn't forget them, it's gonna be poisonous. Either quit fucking with them, leave them alone, or forgive them. That's the only way you can do it. Believe in yourself. And if you don't have confidence in yourself, confidence is believing. That's what it is. It's being confident. That's what confidence is. It's being. So you should feel confident in yourself. Practice in the mirror. If you ain't, like I walked by a dude and the dude had his head down. It's like, wow, that's how you go around the world. And I could just feel that was his energy, It's like, yeah, I can't face people. It's like, wow. And I ain't saying I speak to everybody because, it's funny. I tend to speak to all the brothers and sisters. I don't tend to speak to the Africans. Isn't that some funny shit? I tend not to speak to African people. When I see brothers and sisters, because I can really tell the difference, but when I see brothers and sisters, it's different. I tend to speak to most brothers and sisters. And, that's if they're open to speaking, because, a lot of times you see brothers and brothers will speak to you. Brothers see another brother, they'll speak to you. So. And I just feel like, your appearance is just so much of what you are. It helps with your confidence. If you have a style. Now, I'm not moving, motherfucker. Why are you focusing back and forth? I'm sitting here. I've been sitting here for a goddamn hour. I probably need to stand up. Stood up in 3 hours. I probably need to stand up. And, work hard. Whatever you do, work hard at it. Whatever your passion is, whatever you love, work hard at it. Give it what you got. No matter what you do. It's worth you doing your best. If it calls for you to do your best. That can go a bunch of different ways. If it calls for you to do your best, do your best. Make it fun for you. It's the easiest way to make it fun for you. And just enjoy every minute of it. Too much movies and TV tell you, like they said the ancient one, and when what's it called, Dr. Strange. The one that said, I done lived 1,000 years, but here I am holding on to these last few moments. But if you love every moment, then you don't have to go through that. You're satisfied. It's like, okay, if it's happening now, I was loving the moment when it happened. It's like, when I walk around the Mall of America, if I'm anxious and hear that, hear all those threats and, somebody's going to blow the place up. I remember that's the old ball field. That's old Met Stadium. So I know nothing could happen to me out there because that's a sacred ball field. They actually built the mall over the old football field. So out there, I'm comfortable too. Because energy doesn't go anywhere. They play baseball and football there. Used to be in the Hard Rock Cafe, they used to have a seat that showed you where a home run was hit, how high in the stadium the home run was hit. Herman Killebrew hit a home run and they had the seat where he hit it. And, it was like across the ball, where he hit the motherfucker, but it went that high up. So, and, they got the Barbie, I think the Barbie stairs there, and they opened a Toys R Us out there. So, so I hope, I know we talk about these Super Bowl deaths, but that's just what they do. All these awards and stuff, they come with deaths. So keep that in mind. That's the only reason I bring that up, but I try to be positive for the most part. And I'm not petty in any way. There are a lot of petty people that are on this thing and phony people. A lot of petty and a lot of phony people, and it's like you have to kind of sift through that. Because a lot of people, for one reason or other, they're not, I don't know, it's like how do I say this? It's like the snake oil salesman can never stop selling snake oil, no matter what else they do. If that's their general nature to be a snake oil salesman, that's still what they do. Yeah, they may wrap it up and present it a different way, but you guys still in the back of your mind, if they would scam you, they could still scam you in a new way. They just find new ways to scam. And that's what I've noticed. Because I noticed one cat came at me with a scam, and then somebody that I was cool with that was cool with that cat, they came with the same scam. And I'm like, listen to these cats, like, don't y'all talk to each other? But it was like, I know it was a scam. Because matter of fact, y'all might know what this shit, it was what do you call it? It had something to do with Western Union. Yeah, they had some kind of scam going with Western Union. Because I was going to sell them some crystals, but they wanted me to go through Western Union to do it. So it was a scam, though. And I can't remember how the scam went, but it was a Western Union scam they was both using. And that's how people would do you, And so, it's like Umar Johnson, it's like now he's trying to have a second light. Like people forgot about the school and all that money he stole and partied and jacked off and tricked with it. And yet, you can tell he's artificially put out there because he should have been discredited, but yet he's still out there. Now, Brother Polite went where he's supposed to be. He went exactly where he was supposed to be. He had been doing that shit. And there were positive things that brother said, but you started seeing the scam in him. And a lot of the New York niggas was scamming. That's what I like about Turtle Gang. He's never been in the scam. He just, he argues with people all the time. I don't have to tell anybody about my heritage. It's out there. So it's nothing I have to argue about. Now I have to look at the names of the tribes and stuff because I don't have that memorized, but the people is who the people was. So there's nothing to argue about with anybody anymore. I can go back and find my family from the 1500s. So why should I let someone else, oh, you don't look that way, and I know who my people are that far back. So I don't have to argue with anybody about anything about that. Got a big, thick, fat family thing over there, about 2 or 3 of my families. But, my main family of my mother's family, the Ampies, yeah. We go back to the 15-somethings. So I don't have to argue with people about that or constantly prove that. That's what a lot of people have to do, and that's why I don't have to argue anymore. Like, I don't go after people on Facebook like I used to because there's nothing else to argue about. You show me where you are and it's like, okay, you can stay there. That's kind of how I look at it. I see a person's mentality. I'm like, okay, you can stay there. And I don't agree that I have to dumb down in my talk. I try to say things, especially, when you get into spiritual concepts, it is kind of sophisticated. And I do try to tell some of these concepts in ways people can understand it. So, and it's not always easy to do. Spiritual experience is not always easy to explain. But the things that I think everybody do, I try to explain the best I can. And I like this. I like this hat. This is like the Willie Mays style hat of the 50s. This hat probably older than that. Straight up Negro Leagues, which we should all love. You know, it's the sacred ball game that was continued and allowed to continue, and people thrived for the love of the game. And yeah, you know, to get out of having to work, you know, work in one of them fields or something like that. I mean, think of all the people that played pro baseball when they wanted to snatch people for, you know, to lock them up and make money off for locking them up. And you could just hang with a baseball team and get paid and stay with a group. You know, if you could have did that 10 years, you might have made it through Jim Crow. So, well, I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for coming. I will be back on Wednesday morning, right? Yeah, Wednesday morning. No. Yes, Wednesday night. Thursday. Yeah, I do Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I was so mixed up last week. So, yeah, I won't be on Monday. I won't be on Tuesday. Look for me Wednesday at midnight. This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I've been your super funky host. Yep, I practice being present in the moment. You should. That's absolutely right. It's called Be Here Now. Be here now. And you've got, like, even driving. It's so easy to drive and daydream, but you got to be here now. Because everything that you're trying to do with your magic or just yourself and your success happens every moment. And so you want to stay in the moment so it doesn't go by. You don't miss it. So, well, this is the Chocolate Mountain Show, coming to you directly from